Way to way to really boost Kevin's confidence before the game, Caillou. Mhm.
Sweet. Your shy post going live?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finals of Grand Prix Oakland, um, which is the December GP for MSEM, a custom card constructed format, and not only a custom card constructed format, the largest custom card constructed format. I'm here with my co-commentators Dodger
Hey, what's up?
and El Makino.
Hi there. Hi there.
And today's finals is going to be between Kevin Norton, who is on Sultai Podlight. It is a Sultai midrange deck, which can also have explosive combo-y starts using What Lurks Beyond, which is essentially a 2-mana Eldritch Evolution. Um, his opponent is Doombringer, otherwise known as Reuben, who is playing Bant Flash, which is a Bant Tempo deck. So Tempo was like a popular archetype before before this month, but lots of factors came together to make it like a GP Finals contestant deck. Mainly the addition of Alara to the format, which added Bant Command and Angel of Succor, and also the buffing of Journey's End, which made it a premier removal spell. Before, tempo decks used to be Sultai to get like their removal, but buffing white removal and adding in powerful finishers really made it a powerful deck.
Yeah, I also think there's something to be said for Bounty of the Gardens. I think the ability to just go Bounty Cane Dancer and make 2/4/4s is like something that shouldn't be underestimated. And obviously, later in the game, you can make much bigger creatures too.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think Angel of Succor is what made this deck what it is, which is essentially just like a very, very powerful kind of hybrid deck that can play either a tempo game or a control game almost entirely at instant speed.
So it looks like Reuben has opted to keep a hand which is very like incredibly light on the interaction. In fact, basically all just zooming on the threats. Probably Bounty on 2, then Cane Dancer it back, then Bounty or Vengeful Messenger into Angel of Succor. Meanwhile, Kevin is looks like going for a double dork into a turn 3 Jabaya, which is powerful in and of itself.
Yeah, I think this hand is fine from Reuben. Angel of Succor is pretty close to an I win button. You also have Bounty plus Cane Dancer in hand and enough lands and mana to cast those cards. Vengeful Messenger is a good turn 3 play.
Mm-hmm.
The
The
one
problem
issue
is
is
like
that you don't have
Jabaya
great play.
fetching Monument of Queens just shuts off like the concept of like Reuben's fast clock here.
I don't know if like I mean yeah, actually that's fair. Monument of
Mm.
Queens plus Jabaya does kind of just end the game, and it's kind of hard to outrace it if your opponent doesn't have a way to punish it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
It
Kevin
depends
will
on like, yeah, I guess Kevin
necessarily.
might not go for it because Kevin might be worried about Journey's End.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
Also,
like
oh sorry, I was just
you
gonna.
have to invest 4 mana into it, right? You can't if you want to get the lifelink, which is
Mm-hmm.
like the main keyword you care about. Um, I do think that in general, like decks like this that kind of rely on snowballing mana advantages, they play very, very differently when they do actually get to start with those mana dorks. And I think the fact that Kevin's going to be able to resolve with Jobaya under any sort of interaction here is really, really important. Um,
Mm-hmm. Kevin might, if Kevin's worried about portal fractors here, might actually opt for the Ancestral Council, like play it safe.
yeah, um,
Like
I think
we
that's
we
fine,
know
like,
that Reuben doesn't have interaction, but if like yeah, Kevin might just make quote unquote safe plays, which aren't actually as aggressive or as backbreaking for Reuben in this situation.
yeah, I think it's
Okay,
a
no,
great
Almost
just
like
go,
he's
just
doing
go, just
Jabaya.
windmilling the Jabaya.
Well, so
So
the thing is, like, the opportunity cost of not casting Jobaya here is that you're less likely to resolve it later in the game. If you cast your 3 mana spell, your opponent's just not going to cast their Portal Fracture, right? But that means it's still going to be in their hand. Um, Obviously, you might resolve Jabaya next turn, but that also gives them the option to go up to 3 mana, and like they might have some sort of other answer there.
but we know in
Um,
Ruben's deck that all of the answers are at 2 mana. There's 2 and 4, so 3 mana doesn't actually pose an additional
yeah, I
threat.
guess there's also Vengeful Messenger, but that doesn't hit Jobaya on
Yeah, that
six
doesn't hit
mana. So
Jabaya.
I guess
So
essentially you can think of it as like Kevin just wants to. I mean, well, you could also think of it as like, well, Ruben only has 2 Portal Fractures in his deck, so Kevin just wants to like, go for the play that will probably win you the game if it resolves, and then just 1 for 1 if it doesn't resolve.
yeah, and yes, gateways. This is game one, and yeah, we were talking. Pre going live that like, what lurks beyond is kind of not what you want to be doing in this matchup because of the 2-for-1 potential of counter magic. Um,
So I don't know if it. Well, okay, I kind of wanted to push back on that a little bit, just because I think there's room for counterplay. Um, and I also think that there's only 4 cards in the main deck that hit where it looks beyond. Um, you don't have to sack your main threat to it.
there's
You can use
actually
it as. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
there's Cursory Glance, Portal Fracture, and then Vengeful Messenger. So a total of
Yeah, but you
nine
can play
cards.
around the ladder too, and oftentimes Podlight has enough mana that the
Mhm.
ladder two won't really hit it.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust Pip in chat here because she's the one who has the most experience with the deck. That I think the it is definitely I think the weakest card in this matchup because usually you can just be like,
Oh
okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna play these dorks, and then now that I play these dorks that go under your counter magic, I'm just gonna start slamming game-ending threats, and then the second you don't answer one of them, you lose. And Reuben just doesn't have the density of interaction to play to play just like spam counter magic the game.
yeah. By the way, I actually really like Ruben's choice to cast Bounty of the Gardens as a flash 2/2. It puts to use that 2 mana that Ruben had available that would have gone to waste otherwise, and Ruben does need to put on pressure here.
Gateways,
Josiah will actually flip for
it's
two
not
more
like
turns.
Reuben had any other plays. Reuben's plays are Bounty and then Stone Cold, nothing else. And Reuben can just play the second Bounty or Cane Dancer back the first Bounty to make it to like get bigger bounties later on. So I
Yeah,
agree with
so
Dodger here that running
that
up the
allows you
Bounty
to
is not
allows
only
you
the
to.
best play, it's the only play.
Well, okay, I think there's an argument for not casting it, but I don't think it's the right argument.
Yeah.
Um,
Disseminate feeling very sad lining up against all of these mana dorks.
Kind of looks like
Mhm.
Kevin is casting Ancestral Council here.
It's
But
kind of
Kevin
funny
should just life.
because
Kevin should just life
I
without
feel
that.
that like disseminate is can definitely have a lot of game against mana dorks, but you have to draw it at the right time, and Ruben has not drawn it at the right time, unfortunately.
If Kevin taps out for Monument to animate it
It's not
before,
happening this turn. Jobaya hasn't flipped.
huh?
Jobaya
Oh,
hasn't, so there's no reason
oh yeah,
to.
Jabaya hasn't flipped. Right, has to do
I
that by
mean,
spring
Kevin might
attack.
go for Sunyun or just cast What Lurks Beyond.
Hmm.
Uh,
The What Lurks Beyond is fine. This if Kevin casts the
I
Sunyan,
mean,
I think you just
not just
you just
except
yeet the
for
Jabaya.
yeah.
Okay, so it looks like
Technically,
What Lurks Beyond is happening.
okay. You can just get another one. Yeah, like you can always just sack a mana ascetic and try to go for like a Croakfolk Troubadour. Just like upgrade your guy, draw a card. Like that's not a horrible play.
I think
Or you can
no,
sack the
yeah. I think
council.
Ancestral Council
Yeah.
is the high,
Even if it's
I
not
guess the high
like-
roll play because then you get Archive Guardian and then rebuy it.
Yeah, well, it's not even like you really get 2 for 1 because the Ancestral Council already got you a card.
Hmm. And yeah, I'm gonna agree
Mhm.
with Pip there. Like when you have an Ancestral Council, like don't sack the dork. You sack the thing that's gonna get you the highest value.
Yeah, I agree that you wouldn't want to sack the dork in this situation, but in the future, if you need to and you don't have any threats you on the board, you want to risk sacking just to get countered, you can also just sack a dork.
Mhm.
Okay, Archive Guardian coming out and can also just recur the Ancestral Council or the What Lurks Beyond that were sent to the graveyard. So this is part of what makes this sort of deck really, really powerful, is just because a lot of the pieces sort of tend to tutor and recur each other, and it gives you like this cascading chain of value that is pretty hard to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Archive
only
Guardian
turn
is a
4 and it
genuinely...
feels.
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It's only turn 4 and it feels like Kevin is already just burying Reuben in card advantages as well as having the bigger board presence.
So I'm not sure if Kevin wants to go for the second What Lurks Beyond here. It looks like he's recurring the one that was just cast.
Mm-hmm. If
You
he
definitely don't want
casts
to
it,
sack
I
the
think probably Reuben just windmill slams Vengeful Messenger.
Yeah, probably.
Because then you Vengeful Messenger and then you can untap, disseminate whatever you choose to. In fact, you can untap double disseminate whatever you choose to.
That's true. That's not a bad
Yeah.
play.
If
you have the way to turn on Angel of Sucor, but I think that's worth it. But Kevin's gonna choose
like
not
if Kevin, okay, good, yeah, because if Kevin went for the what lurks
If Kevin
beyond
went
there,
for the What Looks Beyond, that actually would have been disastrous.
yeah, it would have been game changing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact that Reuben gets to just have Vengeful Messenger on the board is actually also good because this is clocking Kevin and can also like kind of put a damper on what Kevin can cast in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Bant Command is a great draw here.
Yeah, Bant Command. It can eat a monument, block on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, Jobai's not flipping for at least another turn, though.
Mm-hmm. But I'm just... I think the biggest threat to Reuben right now is Monument. Because everything else, like, you can make an attempt at outracing. You can try to, like, interact with it in, like, I guess, like, simpler ways. Well, I think that, like, Monument is just... If you get even, like, 1 or 2 hits off of it with a Jabai on the board, it's like, damn, there goes, like, 2 to 3 turns.
So I don't know if I agree, because I think what we're going to see next turn is we're going to see What Lurks Beyond sacrificing Archive Guardian and finding a Scion.
I mean, yeah, that's also backbreaking, but I think that like a Scion is backbreaking but beatable, while Monument, if you don't answer it, it's over.
Man, I don't know, because that's not really I don't really agree with that, because the Scion is going to generate a ton of value with not only the its ETB trigger, but there's also an active Wayfarer Shrine that can fetch up a land to proc it. Okay, so we're seeing
Right, but like okay, so let's say you get like if you get a Scion of Desolation, then you get back a single Ancestral Council. There's nothing in Reuben's grave that you can get back. If you if you get a Scion of Torrents, okay, then what you're bouncing Reuben's board, which is fine, but then like it's not like Reuben had an insane board to begin with, and like then Reuben untaps, or like no wait, Reuben just can at that point like on end step like Bant Command, get 2 more 2/2s, kill the Scion, and it's like okay, sure.
Yeah, maybe. I think it is a good sign that like Reuben does currently have Kevin on a 2 to 3 turn clock, depending on what ends up getting cast here. Okay, so we're gonna see Angel of Sucor coming down. That is a 2 turn clock in the air, so that is very relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, like if Reuben had Cursor Glance in hand, I actually think this game is a lock. Because you just Cursor Glance Cane Dancer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not quite that simple because you actually don't really have any way to stop.
Oh man, the hard drawn Scion. Ooh.
That's actually so bad for Kevin. Kevin now has to cast that into the Vengeful Messenger, and he can't just What Lurks Beyond for it. Actually, no, you can What Lurks Beyond from your hand, right?
Wait, what? Yeah, but like I'm not sure what the issue in that case would be.
Well, because you couldn't cast it for 5 mana because it would get countered by the Vengeful Messenger.
Vengeful Messenger is once again non-creature spells.
Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It's all good.
And
Also, there was
and also
7
could
mana.
hardcast it and has 7 mana because of the dorks, so you're double wrong.
It's true. No, I thought that there was 6 mana for some reason because I can't count. But we all have to learn math someday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're seeing what lurks beyond come out here. Yeah, I mean this is like I feel like this game goes so differently if Reuben has cursory lands.
I kind of feel like Ruben's deck, like you were talking about how Bounty is really good as a clock, but I think that like the way that you guarantee that you can have the space to actually put on a clock is by having more interaction. I feel like, so I feel like you don't. I feel like you don't need the full play set of Bounty. Like if you get like,
I agree that Bounty probably comes out in some number after the main. I mean, you don't love to cast Bounty on turn 2. I mean, Reuben did in this case because that was what the situation dictated. But like, there's also the potential for late game after you already controlled most of the board to just be like, all right, make 2 8/8s or whatever, or 2 6/6s, whatever.
Yeah, I still think that like minus 1 or 2 bounties plus 1 or 2 portal fractures just generally make it like from my I'm this is not from like any particular experience with the deck, but like just from seeing how it's playing out, I feel like 1 or 2 more portal fractures would really help.
I'm not sure that portal fracture is the answer here.
Or well, let me just put that as some counter magic. I'm specifying portal fracture because it allows you to both interact and also put some bodies on the board.
Mm-hmm. I think the portal fracture would also be very good if Reuben played 2 more, because I think that, for example, I don't think Kevin would have ran out Vijobaya on turn 3 if there were 4 portal fractures rather than only 2. Like if that were me playing Bloodlight, I would definitely think that 4 is a lot more than 2 for a card, for something to have, and that made me think twice about running Jobaya out when I could just have 6 mana next turn.
Yeah, so I think I actually have we can talk about this more later, but I have my thoughts on what I would sideboard if I'm Reuben. But let's see, is Kevin decided to put in the Scion Torrents from his hand, is targeting the Vengeful Messenger, which I think is interesting that he's not going
maybe trying to run out What Lurks Beyond afterwards, but that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Like I mean, maybe it's just need to get back one of the flyers, but then why not just bounce Angel of Succor then?
Well, so Kevin can also just wait for his shrine for an island and bounce both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Sunyan then fetch and then just blow up the board. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And one thing is, Pip was mentioning, I mean, you want to make them have it. Like, the deck isn't one that can survive by not doing things, in reference to slamming the Jabaya. I think that's true, but also, like, there was also, you could proactively play Ancestral Council there.
You know what's going to happen is Kevin's going to fetch for Wayfarer's Shrine, and then Reuben can just disseminate the Scion in response.
Oh, that's disgusting.
This is going to be a gigantic play.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That's actually such a huge blunder.
Yeah, wow. Sunyan is...
Reuben might forget or not notice. Oh, Kevin's just not going to go for it. Okay, that's really smart, actually.
Yeah.
Wow, that I actually thought Kevin was going to play right into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, but then my question is, why not hit Angel of Succor as your first hit? Like, because I don't know, that just doesn't scan to me.
It's true because you can't actually instant speed Scion, or you can't use Scion's trigger to target Angel of Succor on Reuben's turn, because
like it doubles Reuben's mana. Reuben can also immediately recast the Vengeful Messenger, which he can't do with Angel of Succor. So that just feels...
Yeah, so
I don't know what the logic there is.
Like, do you tap out for the Bant command? Because if you do that and then Kevin cracks the Wayfarer Shrine response, you can't disseminate. Okay, so we're going to see Bant command.
Yes, he tapped 4. Sunyan costs 4. 6
Wait, where... Oh, it's destroy Scion, return Sunyan to hand. Okay.
And then in response, and now Kevin can safely, in response, just double Scion.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's... I think this is fine from Reuben. It is sort of awkward if you have to pass the turn without using the mana. You could maybe cast like Bounty or something. You could also go. Actually, no. You can't cast Disseminate first because then Kevin can crack and get full value. Okay, well we're seeing the Wayfarer's Shrine crack now. Reuben's
Like,
gonna lose the Angel to the top of the library, and
I don't remember what Reuben's fetches were, but I honestly wonder if he should have just fetched another white source earlier, so that double disseminate was.
You can't double Disseminate because if you cast Disseminate and then Kevin cracks in response, it won't be in your graveyard to flashback.
Wait, can't you just? You wait for him to crack and then pay, and then you flash it back. Am I stupid?
Well, but Kevin's not cracking.
No, I mean like assuming that Reuben didn't play Band Command there. You just play Disseminate.
Oh, well, you can't. So you can't just
Okay,
cast Disseminate.
and like the reason I was saying that is because I think that way you get to keep Band Command.
Oh well, here you really want to have double white. And the fact that you don't sucks because you can't just get rid of that Jobaya. You can still cast Angel, which is fine.
Yeah,
he's got Vengeful Messenger on top of the deck.
Yeah, Reuben could have definitely fetched another white source because the Shifting Glade was fetched last, and if Reuben instead fetched another white producing land, then he would still have enough to make white, green, and blue, and now it's just 1 white and 3 blue, which is not as
Does
useful in
Reuben
that
have
situation.
Are we gonna see Sunyan into Pithwilt right here, and then Pithwilt just yeet the Angel?
Oh, Reuben could have gotten Resplendent Substratum.
Yeah,
that would have.
And there are 2 Sedate Tundras in Reuben's deck.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could see Sun Yun into Pithwilt. Reuben just straight up doesn't have an answer for that, but Kevin doesn't know that, and that is a pretty big mana investment. So it's possible he won't go for it. This is a surprisingly awkward position for Kevin to be in now. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might just have to. Like you could risk having the What Lurks here because you're pretty sure that Reuben won't have a Cursor Glance in hand, or it would have come out already. Also, you know Reuben doesn't have a Cursor Glance in hand because you just stack the top 2 cards of his deck. You know that he just drew the Angel of Super last turn.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no chance you can just play into it. Okay, looks like Kevin's casting Sun Yun. I mean, maybe you could still go for the Pithwilt play. Like that's also fine. You don't need to cast What Lurks Beyond this turn.
Yeah, the What Lurks Beyond is not all that great either because that Kevin does not want to sacrifice Jobaya here because Jobaya might just win in the game, and sacrificing a mana set to get a Croakfolk Troubadour isn't that good. So yeah,
Well,
I mean, the other option is sacrificing Sun Yun, but then the irony is that you want to keep Sun Yun around so that you can double whatever trigger of.
So I think Reuben's play here is just Disseminate, draw out the last mana, cast a Bounty, and then on your next turn flashback Disseminate to kill the Jobaya.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
It doesn't feel great, but like you just like this is gonna be your best chance to actually get the Jobaya off the board. All right. I mean, maybe you don't even cast Bounty, but I feel like you do.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
Bounty
is good here.
Into Cane Dancer, if you want to just start beating down, like that does put almost lethal damage onto the board, and Kevin's gonna need to jump block with something. Kevin also doesn't have the ability to put Jobaya on the next upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm kind of convincing myself that Bounty Cane Dancer is the play.
But then
you don't.
But
get
then the mana
Disseminate.
set it can play chump block duty.
Well, that's fine. I mean,
wait. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. Why would you?
If you get your threats out now, you start forcing. You start forcing the jump blockers, and that's kind of your own like additional form of removal. The problem is like I don't think Reuben knows what the last card in Kevin's hand is because Kevin cast as many What Lurks Beyonds as were tutored, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like we know that this play might get punished by What Lurks Beyond bringing back Sign of Torrents.
Oh, okay.
Reuben's going for the play that I was suggesting.
But why not the disseminate?
Well, so if you think about it like this, like Jobaya is at least 2 turns away from becoming online, right?
The thought is just like by that point we'll have to
Well, right now you're kind of forcing out at least a couple blockers, or at least one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't necessarily think this is like 100% the play. You're basically saying, I don't think Kevin's got that much more gas.
Which, like, fair.
Maybe Reuben thinks that Kevin's going to block with the mana aesthetic, and that's going to turn off the 1 mana, and then Kevin can disseminate. It's possible.
Yeah, this is also maybe saying, I think Kevin has too much gas. I can't afford to be spending essentially 2 turns to remove this one Jobaya. Like I need to get the pressure back on.
Oh my god, Sunyan can kill a token each turn because it's not another creature you control.
Oh, huh.
That is
Look at that.
Okay, I didn't consider that. That's actually kind of rough.
Yeah. Wow. But it's
Well,
very
okay,
good now.
But now has to disseminate, so can disseminate Sunyan instead.
Okay,
Yeah, wow. I
Everything's
wonder which one.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
Sunyan.
cool,
Okay,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
This makes sense. Wow.
Okay, I think Reuben had the correct line. Yeah, this is definitely the correct line.
So,
yeah. All right. Good job, Reuben. Yeah.
And still has Vengeful Mess. No, that doesn't matter. Sorry, but what lurks beyond on Jobaya might actually be real. Like
Messenger is so valid here because it's literally a 2-turn clock.
No, Messenger is valid. I was gonna say Messenger to counter what lurks beyond, and then I remembered. Oh yeah, no, never mind. Kevin just has Mondo mana.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It.
Okay, yeah. So I think like while Jobaya is nice, like he's just too slow. You need to pod him into something. Archive Guardian Engrave, that is true. You can. That's 3 to conjure. So then after that you'll have what, a maximum. Oh wait, you could, if you paid for the Mysterious Cataract, could.
Okay, so he is sacking Jobaya there.
You could Archive Guardian for Fifth Will. You could Archive Guardian for Ancestral Council.
You could Archive Guardian for Scion of Torrents. That's also a thing.
You can't cast it.
Kevin has Mysterious Cataract in hand, which he hasn't played a lot.
That's only 7 total mana. That play costs 8.
You know, you're right. It is I who cannot count.
You can just what lurks beyond for the Scion of Torrents.
Yeah. I don't think Kevin like had to sacrifice Jobaya there. Like I think that like the Monument of Queens blocks the Vengeful Messenger very well because of his first strike. So Kevin could have theoretically just like played the land, blocked, jump with Mana Aesthetic, gone down to 2 because he blocks the King Dancer with the Jobaya, and then flip the Jobaya and start getting in with Monument of Queens every turn. But it will be somewhat risky.
To Journey's End.
Yeah, it is a pretty risky play, and this play is definitely safer in that it can immediately kill a token.
Yeah, I think this is the right play. I think that you need to stabilize the board. You're going to win, in long game because you just generate so much value. You already have the Archive Guardian in your graveyard, which you can kind of use to start the chain again. So I think if you're Kevin, you just need to make sure you don't die next turn.
How valid is Ciesa here? I don't know. No, it's actually you
not
die.
Valid, I don't think at all.
No wait, do you just does Kevin die either way? I think Kevin just dies either way, right? No,
you can just get Scion of Torrents here.
Huh?
Yeah.
Ciesa blocks. Yeah, Ciesa blocks one of the plants and grabs you 2 cards. Ciesa is pretty valid actually.
No,
yeah, I'm actually high on Ciesa.
If you get Ciesa, you can't activate Monument of Queens without paying 2 life.
But then, why do you need to activate Monument of Queens at that point? Because then you grab Pithwold or some kill spell from your deck. You grab some Natty Wincon from their deck.
I guess.
So Scion is also valid because it can.
Isolation isn't bad here either. I mean,
because Scion also does the thing of getting you 2 cards. In this case, Ancestral Council.
Yeah, this is like max value almost because of this way finds you another What Lurks Beyond, and then that can eventually get you a Scion of Torrents. And Kevin's probably not just dead here.
Also, Pip, I agree about grabbing a kill spell from their deck, but Reuben's best kill spell is Journey's End, which, like, I think is worse than Piplup in this situation. Okay.
I also think there's something to be said for the fact that you can fetch for another threat here. I still think that Sign of Torrents would have been the
Wait,
better solution.
why is Kevin getting... Is Kevin gonna what...
Wait, what's happening?
Kevin got What Lurks Beyond with Ancestral Council instead of a kill spell, which is... I'm a little surprised by that.
No, I think that makes sense. I think
I think the line here is Kevin's going to cast it sacrificing the council.
He doesn't have the mana. He has mana
also fetch.
Yeah,
you can fetch for a swamp and trigger Sign of Desolation again.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get back what?
Oh man, Podlight is just
So
like
you get back you get back mana ascetic. That is not a very impressive target. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's a jump blocker. It's good.
It's like 3/4 life.
Yeah. Like this whole play is going to would lose if Kevin was at 3 life, but Kevin's at 4 life. So
Actually, you can just get
Kevin's getting Snowfield Mother. So
okay, Snowfield Mother. There we go. So now Kevin doesn't lose to losing life. There you go.
I think that was just like an accidental draw, like interface error.
Yeah, but it ended up being the right card. So.
Happened to be the card that Kevin wants to tutor anyway.
That's kind of funny. I thought Kevin accidentally put it into his hand, but no, that was the actual draw. That's funny. Well, everything ended up where it's supposed to be. Whatever.
Oh, this deck just makes me like. It just does so much.
Yeah.
It does so much, but also in a
There's
very
so
like,
many
fair
options.
/ straightforward way.
All right. Well, that was kind of gross.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the problem is like any game where you draw 3 What Lurks Beyond is gonna be disgusting.
But it's so easy for Podlight to do that because of the Ancestral Councils.
Yeah, you technically have 8 copies, but
the insane thing about What Lurks Beyond in particular is that it can actually get not only from your library but also your hand and your graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
It really does not like. It really encourages you to just put as many of these singletons in your deck as possible, and you just don't really get punished for drawing them or having them die.
I mean, I honestly think that it's one of many decks where I feel like people are just not playing enough good Grave Hate. Play more Grave Hate.
Yeah, Grave Hate is
like
definitely
because we have some natty Grave Hate, and we've had like in the past few months like people playing some really disgusting grave decks, and people are still not putting people still aren't putting respect on graveyard decks' names.
I've been a big proponent of Sacrificial Bull main deck. I probably should have been running Sacrificial Bull main deck with my GP deck for this event, and I think that many decks probably should be running Sacrificial Bull main deck. Spore Flow Protector is also fine.
Reuben does have Spore Flows in this side. So
well, those are 100% coming in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%.
I think that though, do you guys think that like people should just generally switch their Spore Flow Protectors for Sacrificial Bulls?
I mean, I think
No,
the question
depends
is
on
whether
the
you want to be more offensive or defensive. I think because Spore Flow is a better defensive card. Sac Bull is better if you think you're going to be on the offensive.
So I don't think it's a matter of like offense versus defense. I think it's just a matter of available mana. If you are a deck that runs tight on a mana curve, which oftentimes is going to be a more aggressive deck, right? And then you should be running Sac Bolt because it lets you interact with the graveyard for essentially minimal mana input, and also attacks as a more efficient threat. But Spore Flow gives you way more longevity, and assuming you can pay for it, like gives you way more agency to do cool stuff. Oh, that's a top deck layer in alpha.
Yeah.
It's been a good game, you all. But So let me move sideboarding over here.
Yeah, I mean, I think this game. So the thing is that Kevin's still dead in 2 hits, right? A Monument of Queens is in play. So
I don't really think Kevin actually casts Layer and Alpha here, because if Kevin just casts Layer and Alpha, then then Kevin could just go end step Vengeful Messenger, attack you for 6, kill you. So I don't think Kevin's just gonna slam the alpha here unless he wants to make a risky play.
Wait, what is the other play? Oh no, the other play's Monument. Yeah.
Yeah, I
The other
think
play
you
is
just call
like
them Monument Queens. That covers all your bases.
VR plays Monument, or you can also conjure the Archive Guardian, get back what lurks beyond, and do Silent to Torrents things by sacrificing the Snowfield Mother. Oh, wow.
We're seeing it.
No, yeah, the windmill, the windmill.
Kevin's doing the Windmill Slam. All right.
If you're Reuben, you cast Portal Factory here 100%.
Yeah, just to get 2 guys.
It either counters the alpha, or it taps down 2 choke
It's wrong, but it feels so good.
Yeah.
I mean, this Portal Factor is not gonna. You're not gonna get a better Portal Factor this game.
Yeah,
It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, and you get two bodies on the ground. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
2 1-1s.
100% to play. 100% to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Disseminate flashback exists. Yes.
That's true. Actually, yeah, that's
Ooh.
actually very big.
wonder
Unfortunately,
what
I don't
Kevin's-
really see a world where you can disseminate the Monument of Queens in the future.
Mhm.
So you probably just hit the Scion with it and call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
The question is how much damage is Reuben going to take here, and how willing is Kevin to swing in?
I don't really know what Kevin swings in with. Like maybe the Snowfield Mother, but you want to keep the Scion to block the plants.
Yeah,
And-
the Wolves aren't great attackers here either.
Yeah.
I think it
problem
would
is
have
that
been fine
Reuben-
if Reuben didn't suddenly have 2 scouts. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's also
But like,
true.
you
Like,
could
you
have
could-
yeah.
forced
You can
more
threaten
pressure.
something that's close to lethal, through just the 2 plants and the Cane Dancer. But yeah, I think with the scouts it gets a lot more complicated.
Yeah. I definitely I think just attacking with Snowfield Mother and nothing else is probably the play, as boring as that is.
What is the dream draw for Reuben here?
Probably.
Scion of Desolation attack. That seems troll.
That seems I guess no, that's not very good because it
that
treating
seems
with a
valid.
plant and a
Yeah.
scout is not good for you.
If Snowfield Mother attacks here, I think Reuben just takes it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you could trade a plant. It's not the worst thing to just do that.
I think Reuben's dream draw is Bant Command, because then you just you can kill something, drop in some surprise blockers, or if you don't need to have surprise blockers, then you just untap and kill Kevin with your fancy 2/2s.
Mm-hmm.
Scion's coming in here? That seems
Really?
very, very...
I think the logic is that you need to double block it, but also you just block
just don't have to block
it. You just block it with Cane Dancer and a plant, and it's like LMAO. It's the same as single blocking it.
Yeah.
No, it has death touch.
Oh, it has death touch. Okay,
It
then
has
you
death
block it with Scout, and you just go LMAO, whatever.
I mean, I think there's an argument to be made for just not blocking it. But I think also trading a plant and a scout is very worth it for getting a Scion of Desolation off the board.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
I really
can't tell.
don't
Are the
agree
wolves
with-
attacking as well?
The wolves are not attacking, I assume,
Yeah.
because they're not. And Reuben has moved from declare attackers to declare blockers. So I believe we have confirmed it's just the Scion of Desolation attacking.
Yeah, this isn't it's not the worst attack, but it is not the best attack.
It's an attack. Honestly, if you're
Yeah.
if you're Reuben, I think both just holding the 5 damage and killing it are both valid plays.
Yeah,
And
I think
what is the end result that ends up good for Kevin in this case?
Yeah, I don't understand why you attack with just the Scion. If you're attacking with just this, I don't know. It's weird.
Stralhelgar, it is still best of 3 to my knowledge. If it was
Yeah, it's
best of
just best of
5, if
3.
it was best of 5, then we would be in here for a long haul.
Yeah.
But no, it's just
Taking
best of
5.
3.
I don't know if that's worth it. Yeah, you have the Disseminate in Graveyard, but what if you want to cast something else next? What if you draw another spell that you can cast?
I think it's fine to take the 5 because that Reuben disseminating Scion is good, and then having the 2/4/4 plants against the other 2/4/4s is pretty good.
So Reuben just knew that he was going to draw blank.
Yeah.
Big brain.
Big brain.
Yeah, I mean, you just clock in for 3 here, right? And then
Yeah, you
Uh,
clock
yeah.
you clock for 3 turns
The
until the next
flashback
turn.
disseminate is never going to kill a Monument of Queens because it's always going to be untapped when you're blocking with it.
So yeah, I think you just
Mhm.
you just flash it back, kill the Scion, and then you have
Yeah,
Mondo
just get
blockers for
that
everything
shit
else.
off the board. Honestly,
Mhm.
How valid would an attack with both plants and Vengeful Messenger be?
very
Not at all, because I think you just die on the backswing.
yeah.
No. Plus disseminate on the Scion.
No, I think no wait. Then you don't die on the backswing, because then you have, because then is forced
that
to
doesn't seem-
block with 2 wolves. Then has, 3 bodies which add up to 10 damage, and Reuben has
And
3 blockers. So actually, yeah, maybe that's more valid than I was thinking. Yeah.
mhm.
It's a little riskier though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like definitely the correct play, but it's not like a bad play.
Yeah, I think the safest one is obviously just Vengeful Messenger, because like, I don't think Kevin has. Does Kevin have main board? Let's look at this. I don't think Kevin has main board. Oh no, he does have a main board Singularity's Grasp. Okay, so that could actually be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but wait, I guess it doesn't matter either. No, yeah,
really-
main board. Yeah, no, Singularity's Grasp actually does matter.
This is a really tough situation to navigate for both players.
Mm-hmm.
I think is Reuben. I wonder if so definitely playing the same. I think Reuben was also debating, what do I want to just play this fetch land so that I can have
Oh,
more
on the
mana?
alpha.
Wow.
Is Reuben attacking?
I guess that Ruben's
I think
just
Reuben might be
going
alpha
for
striking
it.
here.
Is this? He can't swing for lethal here, right?
There's no way this
it's
is
definitely not lethal.
It's 4 damage if
Wait, if you swing with
Evan
everything.
spread blocks unfavorably, essentially.
So no wait, yeah.
Yeah.
If you swing with everything, Kevin. No wait, it is lethal. What the hell?
What?
Wait, no, it's not.
No wait, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's 4 damage.
Kevin
It's
goes to
4.
1.
Yeah. Reuben will go to 1. Kevin will go to 1. Yeah.
Kevin will go to 1.
There's
Damn.
4 blockers, so you block 4 ground attackers except for one power. So here's why I don't like this. If you do Alpha Strike, that's the only scenario where killing the Leyrin Alpha makes sense. Otherwise, any single swamp off the top of Kevin's deck is going to be a potential 3-drop back, which can mean Ancestral Council fetching and What Lurks Beyond, which starts another chain.
Yeah. Also, if you attack with everything, then you die on the backswing, and I think that Reuben realized that and is now only attacking with the Vengeful Messenger.
Oh, that is not a good look.
Just insert in the Hall of the Mountain King here.
Yeah, like I do feel that was. I don't think Reuben, in hindsight, wanted to make exactly that play. That feels like, I can like attack for lethal, and then realizing that he's 1 point off, and then Evan aborting that and going for the
it
safe
must have
line.
been a miscalculation, I think.
That was a very me play. Like, damn, I'm glad I'm sitting in this chair and not on the table. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely played the monastery here. You're not holding anything up on 1 blue.
Yeah. So I wonder off of this performance if disseminate will be brought in bigger numbers, since I think disseminate has been good in this game actually.
So I think the reason why you need disseminate is because you need a way to just bolt the bird. Like, like if those 1-drops.
Oh, Siesta is also kind of a nasty top deck. What
that
does it
is
do?
a pretty big top deck, yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of options. So many options.
It is a lot of options. Yeah.
I can't wait for another 10-minute turn while Kevin sits in the tank.
There isn't a lethal play here. No. I was just thinking that, like,
there could be.
If
why don't you? There could be a lethal play here. Let me.
So Siesta grabbing what lurks beyond, casting what lurks beyond, getting Leyrin Alpha. I don't think that's lethal still, because Reuben has 5 blockers.
You can't get it.
Oh, that's exiled. Oh, okay. Well, then there probably isn't a lethal play here.
Kill spell for Messenger is the relevant part, because then you can force. Reuben to play to the gummed up board.
Yeah.
And actually, and I think that's actually a good argument for Siesta grabbing 2 kill spells, or kill spell plus something that wins you the game next turn. I'm not sure what that would look like, but yeah.
Well, okay, if you tap
Yeah.
out for this, you need to have an answer to the Vengeful Messenger because you're not holding up Monument Equipment,
Yeah.
right? So at the very
Yeah.
least, you need to get like a Journey's End or a Pith Wilt or something.
Yeah. I think you get a Pith Wilt because giving Reuben's Cry is not a good time. Kill
Mhm.
spell
Yeah,
plus
there's no
5.
reason to-
Kill spell plus 5 basic swamp. Honestly, kind of valid. Because I guess basic swamp is better than a kill spell.
Basic Swamp does get you back in Ancestral Council.
Yeah, because it gets you back in. Yeah, because you get back Ancestral Council and you get back either a Pitbull from your deck or a What Lurks Beyond or something.
Hmm.
No,
You can also go Pith Wilt the Vengeful Messenger and
Oh!
then play your Basic Swamp and then get the Vengeful Messenger.
Oh no! Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah.
Huh. Is Kevin not going to
Kevin
go
wants
for
to keep
the
Monument
CSA?
Queens available for some reason. I don't really see why.
Here we go.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. All right.
Oh,
CS
What's
is
going to
such
happen here?
like the
CS is
most-
such a genuinely fucked up card.
This is the most clutch situation you can cast this card in. Like,
Yeah. CS is just like 5 mana Azamir, basically.
ever. Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, sort of. Like, the
Wait,
+2 on
do
Azamir
you
is
still play this
probably the
card
best
even if
ability.
CS isn't in play anymore. Oh, you sure can.
Yep.
Damn. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
See, CSS is very not okay.
Yeah. It's even better than Azamir in some ways because that Azamir, if you play it and plus it, and then your opponent just attacks Azamir and kills it, then you've only gotten like a 2-for-1. CS is automatically like a 3-for-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be. You can kind of think of this as like there aren't really very many wrong answers. But I feel
mean,
like
actually, I count how many lands are left in Reuben's deck. That's a lot of wrong answers in Reuben's deck. So I don't know.
actually that's true. There are a fair number of cards that are.
Yeah. If Reuben,
I think getting a counterspell or so that you can't get a basic swamp from. You can't go exactly Pith Wilt basic swamp because those are both from your own deck. However, you can get a fetch land from Reuben's deck.
Yeah, you can get
I'm not realizing you can't
Wayfarer's
afford to pay 2
Shrine.
life for it. Okay, never mind. You can't pay 2 life. That's
No, you can
Angel
get a
of-
you can get a
Angel of
Wayfarer's Shrine.
Succor? Angel
Oh,
of
you can get
Succor?
Wayfarer's
What?
Shrine. Okay,
Why is
is
Kevin
going for
getting
Angel.
Angel of Succor?
Probably just because Kevin's thought process was
Angel,
I'm getting a kill spell from my deck anyways, so I want to just get I want to get big bad or actually Angel
Oh,
Succor.
If you
Angel
get
Succor is
Angel
not.
of Succor, you can untap your lands and then have Monument available.
Okay, so
And-
it's Angel of Succor, Nomad's Township. So this means that Kevin's going to get the Scion
Wait.
play and be able to cast a spell and have an Angel of Succor. So this is actually pretty sweet.
No, yeah, and Angel of Succor. No, you don't get to cast the Angel of Succor, right?
Yeah,
No, you do. You have
mana decks in play.
Oh no, I thought. Oh, you mean like just cast it straight right now? Okay.
Yeah,
just cast it
exactly.
right now on Reuben's turn, untap your lands. Now you have Monument Queen.
I mean that then you lose to Reuben top decking Journey's End. That just doesn't feel.
No, you don't. You have
No, you
Angel
don't.
Succor and Monument as blockers.
And you also
Oh, yeah.
find a kill spell here with the Ancestral Council.
This is actually so big
Oh,
brain
yeah.
for Kevin.
Wow,
This
Kevin is so
very
big.
brain.
Very big brain. Kevin
I'd
is
like
so
to
good
see
at finding all the
so-
value in this deck. Jesus. Lazarus Conjuring? Wow.
Yeah, why not?
Bruh.
Yeah, like, why
You can
not? It's
get
just
a
like,
cool
oh my
eight
god,
life
that is...
Oh no, wait, because
This
it's
is just
instant
max
speed.
value.
No. Okay, because then you just flicker Snowfield Mother, and then you're no longer. What's danger? Or you flicker Siesta, and then you draw like 12 million cards.
You
Okay,
can,
this
even,
game
you
is
can
over.
even do this on Reuben's upkeep, so they can't draw a counterspell.
Yeah.
Oh, painful.
Not that any counterspell would stop it.
So yeah, like unless Kevin is just dumb here and accidentally taps out for the Lazarus Conjuring and gets it countered, Kevin just completely destroyed any chance of Reuben coming back in this game.
I think if I'm Reuben and I see the Lazarus Conjuring resolve, I'm cheating.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would rather
what is
preserve my
the
mental
out
energy.
here? Because like it's not like Reuben runs wipes.
No, there isn't really an out.
Yeah, your one out was being able to race, and now I get your out is Kevin being stupid and letting you draw.
I mean, Kevin can Lazaire's Conjuring, and then on the next turn, Archive Guardian, Lazaire's Conjuring if need be, and gain more life. So
Why is there a need?
I mean, there won't be, but like,
Reuben, please,
Yeah.
this has been a 51-minute game one. Can you please just concede and save us the trouble?
Mm-hmm. I wonder what Kevin is asking a judge about. Can I destroy Reuben? Yeah,
No, I think Kevin
even more?
I think Kevin is maybe wondering if he can do wilderness reclamation things with Angel of Succor, which you can't. It's probably what he's wondering.
no,
Oh,
untapped
yeah,
players
yeah,
are
yeah.
untapped this. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot do wilderness reclamation things with Angel Sucker. He might
I
also
don't
be asking.
You can just read it, and then it tells you whether you.
Yeah. Maybe he's also wondering if you choose Snowfield Mother many times, if you get bears every time, and the answer is yes.
No, he definitely knows that because he's done it before.
Yeah.
The only new variable in him playing this deck is the Angel of Succor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that he wants to target Siessa and then cast spells in between the planes, which you can't do. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of what the judge question Kevin has actually is.
Anyways, I know I said this as a joke earlier, but legitimately, do you want us to take the time to talk about sideboarding now that the game is basically decided?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Alright.
Yeah.
So my thought on Reuben's sideboard was, I think that Spore Flow Projector is a slam dunk here. It gives you a recurring source of board pressure, as well as being able to attack the graveyard and make sure that those random Archive Guardians are gone. You can't recur, your Scions that got killed already. Whatever.
Yeah, I think Spore Flow is just easy bring in. I think you take out the Schengen Hunters for them probably. I think that's
Shinran Spell Hunter is not good.
Yeah, should take out the Shin. The Shin
I
I think was
Children of the Clouds is a good pick here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Children of the Clouds for 3 or 4 is a way to kind of get a clock at least, and it's also castable most of the time because your opponent's going to have 2 or more creatures.
I'm a little sus of it just because I think it's one of those things where I'm it's a good card. Is it better than anything else in Reuben's current deck? Not really.
I think it's preferable to something like Bounty.
But I think then you take out 2 bounties for 2 disseminates.
Well, see, you probably bring in Disseminate too.
Oh, game is happening?
I'm not sold on Journey's End because a lot of the time the threat to Journey's End will already have generated value.
In the game. Kevin didn't cast a Lazaire's Conjuring.
No, it's because that it's still his own turn.
It's still his own turn. He's attacking.
He's just attacking. It's totally fine to attack. He wasn't really going to blink those creatures anyways. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Pip, what the hell? Why are you asking us to check back on a game that's over? Okay.
I mean, are we gonna see the? Yeah, I assume Kevin's gonna cast this.
Yeah.
Wait 1 upkeep. Okay, next upkeep, I guess he'll cast it.
Yeah. Next upkeep, he's gonna do it definitely.
Oh.
All right. So
is he casting it for 1? No, what's going on? Why is he tapping only 3? Okay. Tap out. What are you doing?
Don't tap out. You get.
Well, no. Keep.
Oh no, wait, yeah, no. Okay, tap all but 2.
Yeah, tap all but 2. Let's see. Tap all but 2. Is he going to succeed? All right. Kevin succeeded in not being stupid. Hooray!
Okay, so now you do it for x equals 3, and then you just flicker Snowfield twice, CSO once.
Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, that gets 2 bears. It gains 8 life. It finds 2 more cards. Yeah, that sounds very good.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, Lazaire's Conjuring was actually cast. Hooray!
See, I told you.
Yeah, there we go.
I told you. Can Master of the Veil do that? I don't think so.
Yeah, Master of the Veil can't gain you life. In fact.
Yeah.
Yes, but at a much
Yeah,
worse
but
rate.
I think the difference is.
All right, there we go. And Reuben has conceded.
Woo! Got there.
Okay, thank God.
Okay. Sideboarding for Kevin.
Oh wait, we didn't finish Reuben. So wait, are we just saying?
Yeah,
Are
we
we just saying?
I told you the right answers.
Yeah, the right answer. Out two Shinran Spellhunter into Sporeflow, out two Bounty into Disseminate, and then
I think you take out Journey's End and you put in Children. I
I
also think Sultai
think,
is
but without
troll,
without Journey's
but
End, you
it's
don't
not.
have like. No, I think taking out Journey's End is actually just bad, because then you don't have a way to answer, like scary stuff like early Jabaya or like
I guess not having an answer to Monument is
yeah, and
maybe
also
true,
not having a
but
guarantee.
Monument
Like
sort of
Journey's
does
End being
that.
a guaranteed answer is so good, and being cheap
Yeah.
importantly
Problem with
because you have
Journey's End is that it
banned
doesn't
commanders.
actually answer a lot of things because what lurks beyond can just search it back up again.
I mean, sure,
I think
but,
that
but then
Journey-
that's gonna happen anyways. You want to keep stuff off their board at some point. Like, I think
Journey's
I
End
think
is
going
not
like saying
great.
what lurks beyond can bring it back isn't relevant if you're taking off the thing that they what lurks beyond for, so they don't have a board anymore.
I think
you get
Journey's
what I-
End isn't great, but I think it's like needed here.
It's not. It doesn't really answer any of the threats. They all ETB besides like Shunyun.
Like I think that you just kind of
Can
beat
you
it.
point at any card in the deck
sometimes.
and tell me you're happy to Journey's End it?
A monument with
you don't need
with
to
a
be,
large
you don't
number
need to
of
be
counters.
happy
Literally the
about
only
it for
part.
it to be like your best option is what I'm saying. I think that like we were discussing this.
I
think that,
think you're bringing in the disseminates to kind of do that. You need to.
right, but Kevin
like,
can also
the main
generate
target
enough
for Journey's
mana
End is
that like
actually the
disseminate
mana.
isn't really an answer in the late game. And also, yeah, what Pip said, you're very happy to Journey's End at Jabaya.
Do we want to quickly go over Kevin's sideboarding before game
Sure.
2 really
And
starts?
also, Jabaya didn't do anything because Kevin like didn't draw any lands past that point. Like that game went like for so long without Kevin drawing like the requisite number of lands to flip it, and by the time it was actually like relevant to flip it, like he needed to sack it, and like in most games that is not going to be the situation.
Okay, so we're seeing mulligans from both players.
Oh,
I don't think Kevin does
What-
that much sideboarding. I think that like Jade Vault Reclaimer is bad, so you take that out. Then I guess you bring in a Snowfield Mother, and then like nothing else is super necessary. I feel.
nothing is
I think
necessary.
we're mostly five from both players, which is funny.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's Kevin's 6, and that's not a cube. So
Yeah. So we're gonna see a multi 5 from both, huh? Interesting.
I'm gonna do a low econ game after last game.
Yeah. Oh, but Kevin brought in the Sacrificial Bulls. That's interesting.
That is interesting. I guess it's another source of life gain. It's a cheap threat that it's a source of life gain and a cheap threat that can get under counter magic.
I
and
don't
that
hate
can grow.
Zekbul.
Yeah, they get a.
You need something to replace like a bad card.
Yeah, they
like
also
it's
get rid of
generically-
answer targets.
Yeah, Reuben's 5 is actually pretty reasonable here. Like
Yeah, that's
these
what
are
I
all
think.
these
I
are
think
all
Reuben
good
put back the
twos.
correct 2 cards.
Huh?
I was just gonna say I think Reuben put back the correct 2 cards. So no complaints from me here.
Meanwhile, Kevin
Yeah.
doesn't. Meanwhile, Kevin has all 3s which get tagged by cursory glance.
Oh my God, Climbsivo was such a good draw there.
Bro, what?
Are you kidding me? Oh,
That's
my
literally
God.
the perfect draw.
I mean, because
Oh,
Reuben's on the
is
play,
it
Reuben will
Reuben's
still
favorite
be
being
able to
like,
cursory glance it, but who needs skill when you have pure luck? Am I right, gamers?
Is Kevin really going to complete the clean sweep? I guess we'll find out.
I mean, Reuben can still counter.
Yeah. Like I know that it's not over. It just went from Kevin having like a very mediocre hand to Kevin having a really good 5-card hand.
Wait, how do you play around cursory glance with saying? Oh yeah, you play it on end. Yeah, never mind.
Mhm.
But then so then because then Reuben just plays.
back under resolve. Because Reuben does have. Reuben has cursory glance and cane dancer.
No. What Pip's saying is wait until Kevin doesn't. So Kevin waits until his end step. Reuben plays a planet far away on his end step. In response to Reuben playing a planet, then you play Sangjin, is what Pip is saying.
Yeah. I mean that's probably how it's gonna happen. I assume.
Yeah. unless Kevin main phases Ancestral Council. Okay, good.
Oh, my
Yeah. Okay. So
goodness.
in response to his fetch land, just windmill slam the Sang.
That draw was
Or actually,
pretty good.
Oh, is Kevin gonna do it?
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Kevin's gonna do it. All right.
This reminds me of when I was playing against Kevin in the quarterfinals, and I attempted to sack bull his land at end of turn, and then he just cast Sangjin in response, and I had no mana, and I was very, very sad.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah, so play around Sangjin. If
Yeah, I do.
your opponent,
I do love my flash 3/2 ramp spell.
Mhm.
Like Sangjin is one of those cards which like I feel like when I started playing the format I didn't quite realize how fucked up it was, and then like the more I've played I'm like, oh, that's really disgusting.
Time Spiral is not watching the game anymore.
Matt was like, peace? Game over?
Okay, here's what you do. When that shrine gets cracked, you disseminate the kindness vote.
Mm.
Yo.
Actually, it's not getting cracked right now, is it?
I think Kevin has
Yeah,
been
it's
really
not
good with playing around disseminates. Kevin has been so good with playing around disseminates.
Yeah, that disseminate kind of needed to be a turn earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really needed to
if that
be.
disseminate had been a turn earlier, then this game would be so much different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really need it to be like a bolt bird thing, and now it can't bolt the bird.
You know what? If I get affiliate, my first emote is just going to be Sang's abs, 100%.
You need Sang good. Yeah. Make
Yeah.
it happen.
It just feels so gross that like, oh, Pip is also not watching the game anymore.
I think I. Mhm.
Everybody's
Yeah.
like, pick it up, we're done.
Yeah, like it isn't that done because Reuben does have 2 counter spells for the 2 3-mana plays in Kevin's hand. So Kevin definitely won't be able to just like Ancestral Council, find what lurks beyond, find other cards. Like he doesn't have infinite value because that Reuben can counter it. But Reuben's not doing anything beyond countering stuff at the moment. So like it does seem like it's heavily favored for Kevin right now.
No, Kevin's just casting this.
Yeah.
You 100%.
Also, I will say that like Kevin holding up these fetches and like refusing to crack them for now is just, I think like it shows good mastery of the deck because of like you don't crack your fetches until you absolutely need to, because then you can use them for scions. So smart there.
Well, it kind of depends. It depends on how much you need to not draw a land next turn. There are a couple other factors, but I think in general, yeah, you hold them up until
Yeah, I think like if you have enough fetches that like enough uncracked fetches that you can significantly increase your chances of not drawing a land next turn, something has gone very wrong by that point.
real thing. It's not like, I mean, the thing is like if you drew a scion next turn, you'd have to crack your fetches anyway, right? Maybe like if you, okay, so Reuben drew
Band
Ooh,
Command
Bant
here.
Command.
Band command
That's pretty good.
hilariously
Yeah.
can't kill Sangjin, but is still. Oh no, wait, you can. Yeah, you just make a knight and chump it and whatever.
Yeah, make a night trade. It's pretty like your Bant Command is not it is not bad. It's not like amazing, but it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
It's very good here because if Kevin, like what we're saying, naturally draws a scion, it can at least tag it for a turn
mhm.
by like
Yeah,
by
I mean,
using
I think via the Wayfarer Shrine point, I also think this is part of what makes mono fetches so good, is because there's actually very little cost to just having them in play.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also like use them to cast your landfall payoff, and then you know later use the same thing you cast your landfall payoff to trigger it. So
Okay.
Let's see if
that's kind of-
Reuben runs out the command here
It's not
to
smart
block.
to run out the command here, I think. So
you just land that.
you just take the 3.
Well, okay, you don't necessarily slam it because like maybe you're worried about. Well, the thing is, like Cursor Glance doesn't even stop the thing you're worried about here. I guess
Well, the
if you
thing
don't
is
want
that
No, but Bant command can. So like if
yeah,
like if Kevin
if
windmill slams a Scion, then you can go Bant command, 2/2/2s, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, and it's the only answer to that right now. I guess disseminate kind of
yeah,
counts, but then if Kevin has a land plus a Scion, then you don't, then you're just screwed.
yeah. Okay, so he is going for band command here, and that's fine, but yeah, Kevin. I mean, sorry,
Yeah.
Reuben
So
basically
yeah.
has
So
to
sorry.
choose
Yeah.
one irrelevant mode.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. It looks like I have my basics set to the Cloudscape basics, so that's what we're seeing.
you monster.
I kind of
Okay,
just
you
throw a
can't
bunch of
look
sets
at
into
it.
my. I don't remember. I think this was when we were doing Cloudscape testing. I added clouds. This must have been from then, and it just has been my default ever since.
Cloudscape should have gotten into the format just so that we would have the super sick basics.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. So did run out the bad command in response to the attack. Chomped the Sangjin.
And now Kevin's going to play the other Sanction.
So I think, I don't know if I agree with that play, just because you do get kind of punished by an Ancestral Council here, which like you do have the means to deal with. But in this case, Reuben's not going to get punished by that, so you kind of get away with like getting a better presence on the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think that I think I also would have not blocked Sangjin there. I think would have also waited until end step for the band command. Just because the band command did not really do all that much, it just made 2/2/2s and bounced a dork. So, and
Yeah,
I think that Reuben has to try and get a lot of value out of his cards here.
Reuben didn't get super punished for it, but like he could have, and I think that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels like it was not a good play.
I don't think it was terrible. It just
It wasn't terrible.
It was not what Reuben wanted to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I generally agree. Well, you really hope you draw some gas here, I think. Okay, there you go.
Bounty is gas.
That's exactly what you need, actually.
It eats Sang. It provides a clock. It's all you want. Oh wait, he's not going to be attacking with Sang anyways, but it provides a clock.
I think if you're Reuben, you just attack for 2.
Yeah, if you're Reuben,
like you're the
attacking for 2 does signal that you have a bounty, but then yeah. So because now you have bounty plus Cane Dancer for interaction or double bounty. Having the double Sedate Tundra is kind of unfortunate because otherwise your bounties would be 5/5s, but still strong.
Yeah, I mean it matters. Actually matters quite a bit if a Scion comes down, but.
Mm-hmm. I think the double Sedate Tundra was Reuben learning from last game that oh no, I need double white, but then yeah.
Did Reuben fetch? I think Reuben drew the second Sedate Tundra. Quite wrong.
I think he did draw it, yeah.
Yeah, Reuben drew and played the second. So that's more just like unlucky.
Got you. You're starting to keep track of these things? What do you think I am? Okay, Cameron just going to take the 2 from the knight.
I do think actually though that because of the drawn bounty here, if Kevin just draws nothing again, okay, Sacrificial Bull is not nothing, definitely.
Sack Bull is pretty good actually.
Sack Bull is a 5/5 that can get you like 5 life here.
4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, geez, they were going, including the lands on Kevin's side of the board. The Sack Bull can be an 8/8. And I was just going to talk about like bounty, Cane Dancer bounty, and now that's bad.
I mean, it is going to get hit by Curse Glance here.
Yeah,
it's true.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it would be good
if Reuben lets this resolve, then
yeah.
If Reuben lets this resolve, then I don't know what he's thinking.
There's
no
way
I forgot about the resolving part. The resolving part is very important. So now, since this probably
Reuben,
will get countered, bounty will once again be good.
He's taking a suspiciously long time to think about it.
Yeah.
Reuben!
You should definitely counter this, Reuben. Because then Cane Dancer will just be awful for the rest of the game if you don't counter it.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Got there.
Okay.
Hooray.
Can you imagine if we were like, oh, phew, and then he cast Bounty in response?
Our Cane Dancer cast Planet Far Far Away.
Yo, let's go. Card advantage? Pog.
So I guess if Kevin just draws lands for 5 turns in a row, then Reuben will win this game.
Not, it doesn't need to be 5 turns in a row.
I
More
feel like
3.
Ruben's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Just for the damage on board, it's a 2-turn clock. Kevin has essentially no gas.
I mean,
now,
the problem
Kevin
is
has
like
potential
Reuben doesn't have good interaction, and
But another bouncy.
another bounty changes a lot. But then Kevin does have nasty top decks and the mana to use them. So
I'm just being like very reluctant to call a game ever in Reuben's favor just because that like Kevin hasn't lost yet, and it just feels like is this really going to be the game where Kevin loses finally? Because that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just very
God
reluctant
bleeds.
to
Yeah,
call
I
it.
think it has to do with like sorry. I was just gonna say like I think. You know what? My mind just completely failed me. I'm just gonna not finish my thought.
Okay.
Worm.
Yeah, I think that Reuben is definitely favored to win the game right now. But I know what I was gonna say. Kevin has the potential to just totally draw something that will swing the game right back in his favor.
Yeah,
like if you draw
Siessa,
Scion, like you're
Laren Alpha,
Huh?
Snowfield.
Okay. Snowfield Mother.
Snowfield is
pretty much
Dees.
what you want, right?
Snowfield is Dees.
It gains you
Yeah, that's
4.
pretty
It
decent.
trades with the plant. It gets you another chump blocker. Like that's actually
Mm-hmm.
you can't even get
That's
countered because you have the counters to vote it out.
Yeah, that's definitely a start. It's not like I think that now we're back to it being a 50-50 game again.
I actually think the fact that these plants are 4/4s is so bad for Reuben because now they traded with the Snowfield Mother.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that just feels so depressing.
Yeah, if Reuben had drawn a different land other than the second Sedate Tundra, he'd be doing a lot better here.
Yeah, who said Wanderlust didn't have drawbacks?
Yeah, Kevin couldn't draw not gas forever.
Yeah,
I mean, he could.
it is possible, but it did not happen.
Mm-hmm. If it did happen, I would be very salty
wow.
on his behalf. Yeah, but you
Not
deserve
casting
it.
Reuben didn't
bounty
even
is
cast the
weird.
Okay, cursory glance. Wait, didn't cast the bounty on it. I guess it's waiting to see if he drew another land.
Yeah, I guess he just thinks
That's
that the 4/4 is so bad that he just wants to wait until he draws a fifth land with a different name, which seems.
That's kind of valid.
I kind of
Yeah.
get that. But
Wait, why are you swinging with the plant, homie?
I don't know, because he doesn't want to.
The thing is, if you were going to swing with the plant anyway, last turn, because you're committing yourself to trading with the Snowfield Mother, right?
Okay, Kevin is gonna try. I actually think that you. I feel like
No, you don't. No, you don't let it through there.
Yeah,
I don't think you let it through there.
Wait, why not?
Now Reuben has 0 pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's no reason to actually take that damage.
My thought was like, if you top deck What Lurks Beyond, or if you top deck Lazar's Conjuring, those are both good reasons to not to
If you top
just
deck
take
Lurks Beyond, you can just like sack a Sangjin. It's fine.
All right.
You can sack a Sangjin, but then your 5-drops are so much more impactful. Your 4-drops aren't awful, but then like immediately getting a Scion and is like so much better. You can obviously.
But it doesn't.
I mean, actually,
It doesn't
you
really
know,
matter.
if you top deck What Lurks Beyond, you just sack Sangjin into Archive Guardian, and then you Archive Guardian back to What Lurks Beyond, and then you get a 5-drop. So never mind.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think Reuben eat this, right? There's no downside to just eating it.
Yum yum yum.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Kevin.
bear.
Kevin. Why?
Yeah, I don't think Kevin should have attacked there because because even if Reuben
Well, I mean,
had nothing,
Kevin doesn't know that Reuben has another bounty.
yeah, but yeah, but I think that it's just like you're giving Reuben the option to block with the knight, and at the moment you don't want to be applying pressure. You want to just be like stalling until you find another good play. So I don't really know why
I
he
actually
attacked
think
there.
Because you
it's
generally
fine
win in
because
the long game.
you don't expect Reuben to want to make that block anyway. Also, you don't expect Reuben to have a plant in hand because they would have had to draw it this turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Angel of Suck is a good top deck right there.
Suck.
Yeah, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
I mean, you definitely have both these.
Kevin is back into needing a fatty top deck.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, there are plenty of in this deck.
Yeah.
Like, this game could easily be won by just drawing, like, Scion of Torrents, or Ancestral Council, or any number of other cards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Ancestral Council, because that gets countered, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Let's see. What are the relevant draws in Kevin's deck taking the Cursey Lance into account? Like Alpha, Scion, Siessa, Jobaya, Sun Yun is relevant.
Singularity's Grasp as a way to kill.
That's not
Repair Shrine is definitely not relevant.
Okay, so then you take another 3 next turn.
I guess Kevin should have cracked the fetch. What can I say?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
No, I'm just
God.
kidding. That's circumstantial, but
But-
yeah, I actually don't think cracking fetches is good here because, like,
I think
if
it
you
might
do
be
draw this
worth
around,
it.
You just wipe the board.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's debatable if like cracking the fetches to get the small percentage chance of
The deck
drawing
building is
relevant card matters.
now that Kevin has enough mana off the top anyway, cracking the fetches isn't.
Okay, yeah, so it's chumping the plant, takes 3.
The thing is, Kevin can live for a while. Like, there's
Yeah.
still 3 more turns with this clock.
I mean, a while isn't 2 turns?
I think a while is 2 turns when Kevin has such powerful top decks.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
All right, let's see if Kevin cracks the Grim Bastion just to get the
Nope.
small.
And there it
Oh,
is! There it is!
there's the Siesta. That's quite good. Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
I mean, you got to crack the fetches though, but still worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the kinds devoted will. Okay, but there aren't any actual spells in Reuben's deck that could counter Siesta anyways, right?
Yeah, wait, I'm just trying to think about, like, what do you grab here? At least
Yeah, there aren't
one-
any actual spells that could counter.
you just grab Journey's End Pitwelt, and then you Journey's End the Angel of Sukkar? No, Or, are there better non-cursory glanceable kill spells? I don't know.
There's Bant Command, but it's not castable. Too much mana.
So yeah, it looks. I think it's probably just going to be Siessa into grab Journey's End, try to kill the Angel, and then it gets countered. Or Kevin could go for Siessa into Snowfield Mother plus Journey's End, in which case it's still safe next turn.
All right.
Actually,
there
yeah.
it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see.
Kevin should have. Kevin should lose a life.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Kevin points it out or remembers that.
I'm just gonna write that in the chat.
All right, fair.
Okay. I guess you could. Oh no, that's just a bad play. Never mind. I was gonna say I guess you could grab a Vengeful Messenger, but then that's bad in general, and also immediately it dies to Disseminate.
So Kevin put a land here, so you've got 3 mana to work with.
Leyland Alpha?
Daddy Alpha. I don't think that,
They're
you know
Android
in the Pokemon games where Professor Oak is like, there's a time.
This is not the time to use that.
Yeah, I feel like that's how I'm feeling right now. Like, I mean, Alpha is fatty, and like, if it resolves, Reuben is on a 2-turn clock. But I feel like
I think you get 9 of Torrents here for sure.
something
by the
to care
way-
about the board.
By the way, Reuben did bring in the Children of the Clouds, so that's gonna be interesting if Reuben
I
draws
freaking
that.
told you, I'm a genius.
Genius player, Dodger. Oh, but he only Reuben only brought in one disseminate. That's interesting. And he brought in more Journey's Ends.
Okay. Never mind.
Wait, no,
What?
he stole the children?
You saw the children at the layer of Alpha? Wow, that's like
No, the children, I guess.
Children's a decent pick.
Yeah, children
I mean,
actually
yeah.
decent. Children
it
because
gives
you gain back
gives
to
you a
life,
turn
you
of
get flying
protection.
blockers.
it
It's
just is not what we were
The
expecting.
problem
So
is
it's
if you
just
cast
funny.
if you cast this children, you're now playing into the December. Also, it gets countered by Curse Glance if you cast it.
no,
now.
you don't cast it now at all.
Yeah.
You say
I mean,
what you do here is you trade with the plant, take
second
3 from
angel is good.
angel. Wait, another angel?
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Oh yeah.
If Kevin lives a turn, can cast children for like 5 or something, he's probably.
Yeah, children for 5 into Laren actually sounds like a disgusting curve.
Ew.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel like Bayonetta in her Smash trailer where it's like, what? Another angel? I'm just like, oh my god.
Wow, I actually kind of feel like Reuben's gonna lose now.
Yeah. Like, unless Kevin plays
I
too
didn't
conservatively.
block this fast enough. That's the problem. Like Reuben had all the interaction you needed.
I mean, flying. No,
Yeah.
but like flying hill giant is kind of what Reuben was needing until, of course, children came out, and then children came out and it was just like, rat-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
Okay, yeah, CS trading with the plant. That makes sense.
Oh, this is so awkward.
Yeah. Like, I guess that Kevin just has all the tools here to be able to win this game now without even to draw out anything else unless Reuben draws like very good cards.
So,
Reuben once again doesn't have wipes, so how does Reuben deal with the children? Like,
if you're
drawing-
Kevin, how scared of you are how scared are you of the potential cards that could be in Reuben's hand?
I mean, I think you're scared of it insofar as you play around. You hold up to protect from a vengeful messenger slash portal fracture. I think that's about the extent of what you sign up for.
Did Reuben not untap lands? Oh,
Reuben's doing it. Reuben
Oh yeah, Reuben's not playing lands, yeah. Archive Guardian is also a nice draw. Probably not necessary, but it's definitely
Could
nice.
go Archive Guardian to Snowfield Mother.
Yeah, if you
It's
want
like
to
a
just
very
be.
bad line.
No,
Although,
yeah, you do that and it would immediately get disseminated. So
Yeah. Is Kevin casting this?
Is Kevin just casting Archive Guardian when Kevin just tutored 2 cards? Like, is
That
Kevin
seems
really
quite
not going to
low.
cast those cards?
Kevin
Wow.
might be counterspell baiting, but like this doesn't bait any of the relevant counterspells, so I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
like
weird because you could just cast children for X =5 and you basically dodge all magic.
yeah.
Mhm.
And what is this getting back? Like I guess Snowfield Mother is actually what's happening.
Siesta is kind of hot, but wait, you can't cast Siesta. Never mind.
Yeah.
And then
Like-
Reuben just goes disseminate, flashback, disseminate, kill both of your creatures. Yeet.
Yeah. This is awkward. Did Kevin just like
Bro?
yeah Kevin just throw?
Kevin just hit the fat punt. Oh my god. Is getting
Like,
back to
this-
Snowfield.
This doesn't lose the game because that Kevin will go to 8. Yeah, Kevin's gonna get good 8, and then Kevin will be able to cast Children next turn. So this isn't just I'll lose, but this was not good.
It doesn't even really matter though, unless Reuben draws something that can specifically deal with the Children of the Clouds, because that will single-handedly.
Yeah, well, what is Reuben's answer to Children of the Clouds? Just
Their own Children of the Clouds.
There isn't really one.
your own
You could,
Children of
like-
the Clouds is honestly pretty valid.
You could go like a planet far, far away into Portal Fracture, drawing another Portal Fracture. That would work.
Yeah, I guess it does.
But then you need both of those. Yeah. Okay. Actually, no. Yeah. That's a perfect sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. The weird thing is like our analysis is basically like, oh, it's okay. Kevin can just do the thing that will win him the game next turn instead of doing the thing that will win him the game now.
Wait,
Is
what?
Reuben casting Disseminate?
Why is Reuben casting Disseminate in the middle of Kevin
Oh.
fetching? What?
So I think Reuben knows that the Snowfield Mother's.
What?
Wait, that doesn't do
What?
anything.
I'm very confused. Why the heck is what? Reuben,
You can tap
Kevin just taps it in response.
Reuben.
Why did you? Why exile that one?
Reuben.
Well, okay, so like the thing is, maybe you actually want this.
What?
He has a forest to pay for it. He
okay.
did, no, okay.
He can still play the Snowfield Mother.
I mean, so okay. To be fair, you did get rid of 2 creatures that.
But then you could
like,
have gotten rid of
like,
Snowfield
now,
and the.
I don't know. I actually don't think that's the worst thing.
Maybe
I mean, like,
Reuben thought that
you could have just done
had
this.
less mana.
Okay, so you could have just done this like at end step, right? And you get the same result, and it's not a bad result.
Wait, Monument is actually kind of. Wait, Monument is hot here.
Monument's gas, yeah.
Monument's definitely good.
Monument
It doesn't
doesn't need it.
the
No, actually,
line is,
Monument
like,
isn't hot enough.
The
Yeah.
line is you basically hope that Kevin forgets that you can tap the Mantar. That's the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is like fine, I guess, but
So I think you just swing for 6 with the. No, wait. How much does?
you swing for 6.
Yeah, you swing for 6, and then you
There's not
pay
much
you,
to
and then
do.
you this turn you pay 4 into Monument.
A Monument can only attack as a 2/2 next turn unless Reuben draws another land. If Reuben draws another land, it can attack as a 3/3, which is very useful for cutting through birds.
Mm-hmm.
Monument was definitely a nice draw.
Well, okay, so I think
If yeah. No, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just responding to what Pip wrote in chat, which is like, if you're going to make this play anyway, you might as well make it at a point where if your opponent messes up, then they get massively punished, right? I don't know if I agree with the point of like you want to disseminate both these creatures, but it's actually not a bad way to get value out of this disseminate, especially at this point in the game. So
I mean, the other way
why
was
not?
the other way was just to wait for.
If your opponent forgets to tap their dork for mana, oh, they just lose the game, right? Like that's not a bad. That's like if you're gonna do this anyway, just
Sure, but then like, why not just exile the Snowfield? Why not? Like.
Well, because Archive Guardian, you want to exile that one, obviously, right?
Yeah, but then you get double disseminate after Snowfield is cast, anyways, and you can just exile.
Yeah, so I think there's an argument for getting the kindness devoted.
Also,
anyway,
no, Reuben didn't pump up Monument on his turn.
Why does that?
I think he's just saying, "Oh, I'll do it now," before
Okay.
untapping. Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
They're in voice chat. I bet it's like fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If they're, oh yeah, I just realized that they're in voice chat, and I was wondering why there were so many like somewhat unclear things of like when things were happening, and and then I was like, why is Reuben all fine with this? And then I was like, oh yeah, they're in voice chat together. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Reuben needed that to happen. Actually, it doesn't really matter what Kevin draws because he's already essentially got 2 really good cards in his hand.
I mean,
yeah.
is this worse because it gives Kevin an extra life and bird?
I mean, you can't play that untapped.
Oh yeah. No, that's just useless. Never mind. Ha.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Monuments is definitely good. I forgot that I trample for a second. I always forget like one of Monument's abilities.
Whenever it attacks, it gains a new ability. That's the rule.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it should be like some like uncard where you just like roll a die
so
off
you jam
the
children
mechanic.
for 6, and then you can eat both angels.
It's like questing beast. Gains new ability every time.
Yeah.
It's true that so you know that Reuben doesn't have a portal fracture in hand because that would have come down last turn because it would have prevented the life gain and won the game. So
I think
can-
you still
you just
you
tap out
played
from
you,
here.
you still I think you.
I think 100% just
Kevin might still want to hold up 2 mana specifically because Vengeful Messenger doesn't tag.
But Vengeful Messenger is not in. Oh,
Oh no,
actually,
oh no,
well,
and
that
no wait,
would've-
but no,
that
but you
would've been
know,
cat, because
but you
that
know
would've
if
also been-
Reuben had Vengeful Messenger, he would have just played it and then killed you. So what am I
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I have a feeling. Oh yeah, I don't think Children of the Clouds for 4 like wins the game here. I think that
Yeah, you want to play it for 6.
yeah, like I think that Kevin kind of had to play it for 6 there. Like now Kevin needs something more to win because
Do
of the
you
monument
die?
draw from Reuben.
Wait, so you go to 5, right? Oh, you don't die. You definitely don't.
Yeah,
die.
yeah, you don't die. I'm just saying that
You don't live.
yeah.
I love how like Kevin chooses now to not just jam stuff, where last game he was jamming things all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Kevin-
he jammed the Jabaya, he jammed the Layer in Alpha. Like
I don't know. It's tough.
I guess if like I don't know. I guess Monument was still able to play defense because of the Angels.
Okay, so we'll see what Reuben draws.
if Reuben, I think a land is the best thing because then you can.
That's
I
kind
mean,
of hot.
That's Sportful
Actually,
Decker
kind
is
of really hot. You have leftover mana to play Monument or to activate Monument, attack, play Spore
yeah,
Flow.
yeah.
Next turn, one tap, you've got Spore Flow available.
yeah that wasn't a bad draw.
Yep, I think a land would have been the best because then, because now Reuben can buff it up to 3, but then Kevin can trade 3 birds for the monument.
Mm-hmm. This seems like
Whereas
really weird because like when Kevin cast the Siesta, he chose to find these big gigantic volume plays in Lair and Alpha and Children of the Clouds, but then Kevin decided to play it very safe with them. Whereas if Kevin wanted to play safe, why didn't he just grab two removal spells?
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're going to get a big draw,
especially because Kevin has Archive Guardian in Grave. Obviously, you can't rebuy Children of the Clouds, but just like
There isn't an
the
archive
idea of-
in the grave.
is Reuben casting Spore Flow pre-combat? That's what it looks like.
I guess why not? But yeah, the archive guardian is actually in the exile because that was
Please tell me
disseminated.
Reuben's going to be attacking the Monument this turn. Please tell me.
I think he's going to. I just think that it didn't really matter whether he activated whether he played
Wait,
free or
wait,
post combat.
Why is attacking with Monument good here? Sincere question.
It's at 3/3 with first strike, so it's not going to die to the birds.
It has
You
first
get to
strike.
untap your land.
It has first strike. It has first strike.
He's not doing it.
Oh, you forgot
this
that.
is so bad.
Oh, you forgot that ability. I guess that Reuben could still activate it in the beginning of combat. He hasn't yet missed his chance. Oh, no, he
Has
just
missed his chance now,
missed.
yeah.
Okay, now he missed his chance. All right.
I guess I guess Monument
No,
is fine
I guess-
defensively because then you can eat one of the. You can eat one of the
But you
wolves.
can attack with it and then still have it on defense.
Yeah, because of
Yeah.
Angel.
Because
Yes.
you're-
Oh, because of Angel. Why?
Yeah.
Really? I guess the reason for this might be wanting to keep up a single Spore Flow protector so that Kevin has to commit all 4 birds to a single Angel.
I guess. I don't think that's worth.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth giving up the free extra 3 damage.
Mm-hmm. And Kevin might be just down to just like double chump with the birds here.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think that's kind of
Yeah.
Double chump just. No, okay,
Or
yeah,
quadruple.
going all in on that.
All right.
So
You
then
can quadruple play. I mean, now you activate Spore Flow. If
Yeah.
Kevin has played into this, if you had double green, you could just win the game, obviously, but Reuben doesn't. So
yeah, and I think if Reuben had double green, Kevin just wouldn't have made this play.
Yeah. Huh.
Man, this match is very grindy.
Yeah, that was. And this was a
It's been
very
an hour-
interesting
it's been
game.
more than an hour and a half, and we're not done with game 2.
Well, it's good that they've been like really interesting games. Yeah, these have been very back and forth, which is great.
It has been the least lopsided GP final I've ever seen since I joined the format, and it's also the only final I think that is poised to not be a 2-0
Nice.
since I joined the format. Unless I'm mistaken. Actually, no. Chef versus Augur was 2-1, right?
I mean, wait. Are you saying that? Are you
I
saying
didn't watch that.
you think Ruben's gonna win this one?
I think Ruben's gonna win this one.
Actually, that's a fair assessment because
Yeah.
because you
I
just
mean,
because you just
like,
kill all the
Kevin could
birds
still
here.
protect Slam Torrents, and that kind of just blows the game wide open. But like, the Monument of Queens does a lot.
Wait, does Kevin still have?
Okay,
No,
so
Kevin doesn't.
Kevin,
still.
Ruben chose to
Let's
exile
see.
Ancestral Council and Sisa.
How can Kevin still win if he top decks Sign of Torrents? I guess that keeps him alive. Oh my God!
God damn it!
Wow. Oh wait,
Jesus
but he can't
Christ.
cast it.
Huh?
He can't cast it.
There's no double blue.
Oh
There's
my
no double blue.
God!
Wow.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Wow. Okay. There's no double blue. Look at that.
Holy.
Kevin should have played that
Yeah.
land last turn.
And there's actually only one basic island in Kevin's deck, so he actually cannot find 2 islands off of 2 Wayfarer shrines. And now he's what?
I mean, it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
and yeah, and he can't do the Grim Bastion. Yeah.
There's
I guess
no
it
point,
doesn't really
like-
matter.
So no, yeah. But if you're gonna
Yeah.
do this, why not just play the Layer and Alpha main one?
Yeah, you should play the
Nope.
Layer and Alpha main one. I guess that Kevin is just
Okay. I think Kevin's probably
yeah. Kevin was just sad. Yeah, Kevin was
And-
salty. Yeah.
And
Oh
Monument.
yeah, just definitely should have played Grim Bastion tap last turn. Oh no, this is.
Monument
Oh,
doesn't.
this is.
Oh, it does eat Mother
awful.
because you have.
No, yeah, no. This is over because Angel
What?
just
Oh,
gets in
he's
the air.
attempting to cast a spell that can't be cast.
Yeah, I think that Reuben.
Wait, I want to see if
Maybe
Reuben, I
they're
want to see if
joshing
Reuben
in the
allows this. Will Reuben see
Are
that
they
he doesn't
joshing
have...
in the chat? What? Oh. Okay. Oh, okay.
No.
So he actually didn't realize it. Oh, that's awkward. He didn't realize that he threw until now. Awkward.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Kevin.
I'm gonna call a judge.
Kevin.
Oh.
I'm losing my mind out here, dog.
So I'm not wrong, right? Grim Bastion could have entered play tapped last turn, and it wouldn't have changed anything, right?
It could have. It would
Okay.
have changed the whole game.
Yeah. I just mean that I didn't forget something where like Kevin played a different land. Okay, yeah, that's sad. All right, well, Kevin finally lost. Kevin finally lost a game. Wow. Yeah. Kevin will not be winning this GP completely unscathed if he does end up winning.
That was
Wow.
a ride.
Yeah. Wow. That
I mean,
was-
wait, what do you...
What
They
a
can start game
game.
3 right away, right? Oh wait, no, the judge
Yeah.
call.
Yeah, we're waiting for the judge call for Kevin to get a warning. Okay.
All this match needs is another judge call because it's already been an hour and 40 minutes and it should have been done an hour ago.
They've already made the GRV.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully Kevin doesn't make a third GRV in this game. That'd be a very awkward way to end the
Yeah,
GP
third
finals.
GRV, that's actually just game loss. That would be the worst way to go.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, this is exciting.
Yeah. This is for all the marbles. This is like, is this gonna be like was it the Patriots with the undefeated season versus the Giants?
I don't know.
Do you guys?
Yeah, sports ball.
football
I too
circle.
love sports
Oh.
ball, comrade.
I don't.
I sort of like.
I
follow
know
some
basically
sports
nothing
talking.
about the NFL. I was hoping that you guys would know more.
Basically, I just say I like the Patriots to make my fellow Californians mad. Although I am from New England, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to quickly.
Oh my goodness. All right. Gearing up for the last game. This is going to be a post-board game with Kevin on the play. So different from both of our previous two. I think
Yeah.
Kevin, we've kind of seen what works for Kevin. If Kevin can get early mana dork and kind of try to snowball, yeah, there you go. That's pretty much what you want.
Yeah,
turn
this is
one, Fire
basically
Torrents in hand. Reuben does have Disseminate, but unfortunately, it's probably gonna have to mulligan. Yeah.
Okay.
mhm.
If Reuben had like one more land, that hand would have actually been.
But yeah, I think.
Wow, that Super Bowl actually happened 12 years ago now. Jeez.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't realize that it was that long ago. But yeah, it was if Reuben defeats Kevin here, I feel like it would be a really big upset.
So you go.
I'm gonna tell you.
So
I
you
don't
go.
think. I don't
So you
think
go
Kevin's
Keen's
gonna win this game.
Devoted into Sack Bull. Sack Bull forces Reuben to actually use Journey's End on it and not Keen's Devoted. Then, turn 3 you take off. Turn 4 you cast Scion of Torrents uncounterable, and then like, I don't know like Reuben has the answer in the form of Bant Command, but it's still a pretty good hand. I think it right now. I think that like, just looking at the answers they have, I think Reuben comes out on top. But then I'd have to see.
I don't think Kevin is losing this game. I think this is pretty open and shut.
I mean, okay,
I don't
wait.
know.
So why is that like?
So I don't think. I think that the fact that Kevin's on the play,
I just described that line where it's like, turn 1 Keen.
So, the turn 1 Keen Devoted is gonna not get disseminated, right? Unless Reuben top decks it. If Reuben top decks Disseminate, that changes a lot of things. But
then yeah,
as you said, the Sack Bull will probably get Journeys Ended, and then at that point, Reuben is kind of reliant on drawing more removal for the Sign of Torrents.
No, because oh no, why did he bottomed the Bant Command? Never mind.
Well, I think that's actually probably the correct choice because you don't bottom a land and keep 2 4-drops, right?
Yeah,
and you
but
don't
I would
bottom
have.
Planet. You don't bottom the Journey's End.
I would have bottomed Angel there, just because.
I don't. So because Angel is like your deck's whole game plan.
I mean, Angel is good, but in a vacuum, like when you don't have much else with it, it's just kind of a 3/3. While like Bant Command is flexible, it provides you with bodies on the floor as well. Like I think that keeping Angel without having Bounty plus like a counterspell or something was just feels sus to me. Bant Command is just so much more flexible.
I think being a 3/3 is kind of a disingenuous way to say it. Like giving Reuben access to like a bunch of extra mana every turn to pair with that.
Right, but then that's why I said you need something to do with that mana, and like in his opener he didn't really have something to do with that mana. And then you can always say like, he might draw into it, but then I think that like then that's also disingenuous.
Yeah, but I feel that like I agree with Dodger here that that bottoming Bant Command was correct because that Angel Succor just has a much higher ceiling if Reuben draws the right cards, and I feel that Reuben does have to draw quite well in order to win this game, and Angel Succor can enable that, whereas Bant Command can't.
I mean, you like the way you lose here is to exactly what Kevin's gonna do here, like uncounterable Scion, and then you don't have an answer. That's how, like if you manage to drag it out into the late game, as we saw, like as long as you can like have threats on board, which Bant Command allows you to do while also having an answer, you can essentially like grind out as long as you can answer those like really explosive early threats. So I think that like, I think relying on having to draw well for your good card to be good rather than just having a flexible card feels kind of iffy. Like if you draw well past that, you'll be fine anyways. Like I don't know, like
you're also drawing an extra 2 cards at the planet.
I mean, sure, but then I also think that like saying, oh yeah, you will, it's fine. You'll draw good cards to make this like card that's mediocre in this hand better when you could just keep. Like by that logic, why not just say, well, keep the Bant Command and then you'll use Planet to draw into an Angel. Like I don't think that follows.
There are way more cards that make Angel good than there are cards that make Bant Commands better than keeping Angel.
Yeah, I think you're also kind of arguing from the perspective of knowing Kevin's hand, because part of what makes Bant Command good in this scenario is killing Scion.
Right, but I think that like if you're evaluating your hand, you should also be thinking about like what is my game plan for winning this game?
Yeah, I think we should be talking more about the game. So I've
I mean,
noticed that.
the exact scenario that I was talking about is playing out, which is that Journey's End is going to come down on the early sack bowl. So
Like I think
Yeah.
that like while you do have to be like somewhat scared of an early Scion of Torrents, Kevin does not usually win games by just slamming a turn 4 Scion. So I think that
no, but
uh,
that's just like lots of Podlight's game plan is like, oh, okay, I'll go turn 3 turn 2 or turn 3 Ancestral Council into grab what lurks beyond Archive Guardian, get it back, what lurks beyond Scion. And if the idea like sure he's like sided some of them out but then also like early ramp into a Scion is still like a possibility. Like and those are the two things which like really hurt you. More so
yeah,
than,
but like but you're forgetting that if Kevin
then you
has
lose, like,
a
the
much
tempo.
more likely play of the if Kevin has much more likely play of Ancestral into what lurks beyond into Archive Guardian into Scion and then Reuben ban commands it, then Kevin can just conjure the Archive Guardian, get back to what lurks beyond,
Okay,
and then go from
so
there.
what do you think? Do you think Kevin will just slam Scion here?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't actually hit anything. You're
Okay,
also
that is true.
Yeah, like you're also running the risk of like Reuben just untapping and
Oh.
casting ban command.
Oh, and also the Scion trigger is not a May. So if okay, so never mind.
To put your own kindness to it on top of your library.
Yeah, that's not great. Okay, so maybe actually this is okay. So maybe we were being a bit too scared of this Scion here, because because now it looks like Kevin is just going to sacrifice his draw step for
if Kevin doesn't put the kindness to it back, is that a GRV? Oh no.
Oh, is this a GRV?
Well, let's ask to hold.
That's a misbeneficial trick. Oh, hold. Okay, so that was a misdetrimental trigger in this.
Oh well, okay. No, Reuben drew a card. God damn it.
Should I call Judge? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dodger call a Judge.
Yeah. If this is is this a GRV?
I don't know.
I don't know. Also, a good reason that like that's being. I think that was like that, and like the sad part is I think that was actually just like an accident in terms of like because it used to be able to hit lands, so like there didn't need to be a May.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why.
And so like the fact that it needed a May was overlooked when making that change.
I think that is actually changing with the patch.
Yeah, like it's being patched next month, but also, ouch, oof, ouch.
Oh no, this is very awkward. If this is a GRB, then this is going to be a very like it's going to be an upset, but not in the
Wait,
cool way.
Is this Kevin's third GRV?
It would be Kevin's third GRV if this is a GRV, but I don't know Judge stuff.
Okay, and then Kevin, that's a game loss.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is.
So let's see.
That'll be the definition of a heartbreaker. So.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, I can't believe this. This is so bad. Errata?
Oh,
is this a May? Do we have the wrong text?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Can I check?
It wasn't fast. It wasn't fast errata. It was like put on the docket to change next month, right?
Yeah, the instigator still says
The
Ally.
current version on the indicator does not have a May.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm so unhappy about this.
Oh man, this is so
My
awkward.
disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined.
Yeah.
I don't think either of these players this is how they wanted it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a possibility it won't be a GR.
But I think this is GRV and FTMGS.
I think that this is actually I don't think that the Sounds ability was going to be made optional. It was the Aetherize abilities that would have been made optional. So
Oh, really? That
yeah, yeah. The thing times linked is that the Aetherize abilities would be optional, not that the put on top is.
Oh God.
Optional. But that being said, I think that
It's
the
Aetherize abilities.
Yeah, but the Aetherize abilities it means that there are 5 Scions, and I think that it just means the last ability on all of them.
Mm. Oh, that's. Oh,
I think
that's.
there's probably a room to rewind the target, but
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I just don't know if there's gonna be a GRB.
Yeah, the fact that Reuben drew a card here is also awkward.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, did we mention? We should mention.
Oh, we did. Oh yeah, we should mention that.
I mean, that shouldn't really affect Kevin's decision since there's only one target. Actually, there's 2 targets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how this, but maybe it's harder to rewind then. I'm not a judge.
Well, Reuben can undo last draw.
Yeah, Reuben can undo last draw. It's just
Wait, what does Reuben have any warnings? I cannot tell you how little I want to be here at this moment.
Oh yeah, this is really not great. Oh no. Okay.
This is a missed detrimental trigger, which I don't think is a GRV.
Okay.
I don't think it's a GRV, but I don't know. I'm not a judge. I'll stop talking about this.
I just really hope that's not a GRV, so we actually get a satisfying ending to the match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You say that, and then it's going to be Kevin swinging in with Scion of Torrents.
Oh, thank God. Okay, thank God.
Okay.
It's
okay.
not a warning.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I'd like it. Okay. Don't say.
All right. Okay. Oh my God. I'm so glad that this isn't the end of the end of the match.
Okay. Playing Magic is back on the menu, boys.
Oh,
hooray! Play
Okay.
Magic.
So then Reuben. So I think then Reuben hardcasts Angels of Sucor next turn, draws off Planet, probably plays Monument as a land. Then on Kevin's turn, Kevin draws the Dork, replays the Dork. Maybe like what lurks beyond it into a Croakfolk or a Sackbull, but I don't know. And then swings in with Scion, and then Reuben probably either buffs up Monument or plays Bounty.
Yeah, that seems like the pretty logical play.
Of course, Reuben also has 2 more cards to draw, so that equation could change based on that.
Yeah, so like the issue with playing Angel here is that if you do, Kevin can just play a land and put it on top. which is kind of awkward.
Oh, that's a relevant point. So maybe just
Yeah. Maybe you just straight up don't play Angel.
not playing. Yeah, okay, and then you just play Bounty on end.
If you do play Angel, then you do get to draw a card, so that's something.
Yeah, if you play, yeah, you get to draw an extra card. You also get to untap and either play Bounty or use Monument, or potentially even draw into the good card, Bant Command, and then just kill Scion on Kevin's upkeep.
Yeah.
Uh,
To go back to the earlier debate, this is 100% the scenario where Reuben keeping Bant Command would have been way better.
True.
Yeah.
The clear answer is, since Reuben drew so many lands, should have just put a land back.
Yeah.
Actually, if Reuben draws
lands to
Big
play
Man here,
Magic is
you
kind
could
of
go
cringe.
Angel, kill Scion on upkeep. That's pretty nuts.
Wait, what? If he draws Band Command, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cursory Glance is not.
Cursory
Well,
Glance,
Cursory Glance,
quite which
Cursory Glance is fine if you.
It counters what lurks beyond.
It tags what lurks beyond. It also tags. It also allows you to play Bounty with it. Yeah, that's fine. It's an interactive spell that triggers Planet that also allows you to play your proactive play. So yeah, I guess so. Now Reuben's choice is: do I play? I think playing Sedate Tundra there is wrong if you plan on playing Angel.
Well, he has to play Sedate Tundra there if he wants to play Angel.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, counting.
Either that or Shrine.
Sorry. In that case, the Monument.
I noticed
all
that Reuben chose to pick up a second island, which in this case is like kind of a.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that the second island was a
that.
forest. That's my bad. Okay.
You can also just hope that, like, maybe Reuben's just hoping that. As we can see, Kevin does, so. Okay. Kevin's giving Reuben the option to jump, I guess.
I think you just take it.
No, I mean, yeah, like.
I don't know. I think he Band Command's here, right?
You know, he doesn't have Band Command.
I mean, you would.
Yeah. Wait. Why am I thinking now that he has Band Command? Never mind.
You're thinking of the best case scenario.
Never mind. There's no Band Command.
Lakina is stuck in alternate reality.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the alternate reality of Band Command existing.
Okay. So now, does Kevin what lurks beyond this?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
You could lurk beyond for like Sack Bowl or something.
Okay, and I think if you're Reuben, do you just, because 5/5 is like the optimal size for your plant token, so do you actually just pass here and not play Bounty? Because you can't race with your Bounty token.
That also just gets instant give by Scion.
Oh, actually, when Kevin attacked with Scion, Reuben probably should have made a plant there and double blocked because the Wayfarer Shrine cannot find.
Scion is flying. Scion is flying.
Oh, okay. I forgot that too. Sorry.
Wait. Did you say Wayfarer Shrine can't find island?
Yeah, there was no regular basic island in Kevin's deck. There was only snow-covered island.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right. Kevin must have forgotten that.
Oh my god, Reuben just be drawing these lands.
But yeah, this is not going to be relevant if Reuben literally only draws lands.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see Kevin attempt to find the island?
This is why you don't keep the Angel of Sucor, thinking that you're going to draw good cards with it.
Okay. Caillou has just completely destroyed our thought process.
But actually, to be completely fair, Monument of Queens is one of those good cards that works well with Angels. But it's just not. Yeah. It's just like in this situation, it's a little. It's actually not too slow. Actually, you can. What do you do here?
Yeah,
actually, right here you can double block and kill Scion with it. So,
true. Yeah. Well, potentially. I mean, we're probably going to see a Lush Oasis bouncing the Angel next turn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, usually attack for 3.
Or why are you attacking? You don't have the clock.
Maybe Reuben is assuming that Kevin is going to bounce it.
That's actually that might be the case.
Yeah. I guess Reuben doesn't realize that the Wayfarer Shrine can't fetch island.
I mean, honestly, like I would have definitely assumed that it could fetch island. So
I only know that
Yeah,
because
sorry.
I only know this because I was like testing games against myself and playing the Podlight deck, and I was like, wait, there's no basic island in this deck.
Okay, well, I feel like Reuben might be considering. Oh no, here it is.
okay, monument getting the buff.
Wait, so if Reuben thought that
Well,
the potential was there for a Wayfarer's Shrine to get an island, then he shouldn't have tapped out for the monument. Because then Kevin could just like fetch an island on.
Because monument, you get to choose whether it becomes a creature now.
No, but like then your angel gets bounced, and now you don't have lands on tap.
Fair. Also, this is painful because now Kevin has another island available, so can like bounce angel two turns in a row.
Drawing that.
Yeah, drawing island was definitely good.
Yeah, the Scions are so insane in how they just turn your lands into amazing top decks.
Yeah.
Do you slam bounty here, Reuben, or do you pump monument?
You pump monument because monument is your answer to Scion.
Yeah. I think you need to keep pumping monument. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because what happens is with monument in 2 turn cycles not 2 turn because you have to recast angel.
Yeah.
So okay.
I guess this is
like
awkward.
Angel and then cast bounty and then pass and then untap and activate monument again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Reuben's going to be able to get to a 5/5 monument before he's forced to chump block the Scion with it.
I mean, could still go 3 Angel of Succor plus monument the next turn.
You cast Succor here. You can't go Succor and monument, but like you should cast the Angel here. If you put up no non-land permanents for the Scion target, then you just die from the Scion attacking you in 2 turns. Reuben doesn't really have the time. At the very least, like if you cast this and Kevin doesn't have an eye, now you have 2 blocks.
I guess the logic behind not casting Angel here is that you want to see more cards. So, he's just going to pump up Monument and swing with it.
He's just going to go for. Oh, this makes sense.
Because I guess that mitigates the clock.
You still have Cursor Glance available too.
Yeah, that's...
and this gives you.
I that's actually a good line. I hadn't thought.
Yeah, this is a good line. Yeah, we should have thought about that.
Yeah.
Because this now buys Reuben an entire.
Now if he draws more land, they're just dead. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And that particular land was dead anyways. But yeah. Oh yeah, and okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay,
these Wayfarer Shrines.
And soon Scion won't be able to swing in fast enough to outpace Monument. So
true. Yeah.
I think that.
I think if you're Kevin, you should what lurks beyond for Sackbull here. Even if like you potentially could get countered, I still think that if Reuben doesn't have the counterspell, like you could potentially try to outrace this, but
yeah, and losing the Keen's Devoted, I don't think actually matters that much in this board state. Okay, so this is same thing. You just pump Monument again, except now you have a planet to cast instead of just holding up Cursory Glance.
I think
I guess
right. Yeah.
We're now getting back into the territory
and then hold up Monument as a block.
We're now getting back into the territory of Reuben winning this game in a way that isn't dumb. And that's gonna be super cool if it happens.
I think winning games with Monument Queens is generally not qualified as not dumb.
Well, it's better than a third. It's better than a third warning.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Monument
that's what I mean.
Monument is a card. Even
Monument has been a lot better since it was smacked a little bit. Oh,
okay.
What?
He's not going for
okay.
it.
So main phase planet is okay. This is definitely going to be leading into an angel. Reuben's casting the angel.
This feels kind of unnecessary to me.
Yeah, I think that. See, and actually, this is the crazy part that.
Journey's End top deck. All right. GG.
All right.
That's GG.
Yeah. Wow.
Well.
Yeah, Kevin has to.
Reuben should
I don't
do this
know
on upkeep.
Yeah, what they
Reuben say hold on upkeep, homie.
Oh,
okay.
Reuben told Kevin.
Okay. Voice call. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is
genius.
insane. The value deck is just going to fail to do any value in a game.
I think Kevin hit a bit of a glut on lands.
Yeah.
Which versus any other deck which commits to the board is Reuben didn't do it on upkeep. Reuben?
That's kind of a question mark for me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Reuben? Am I missing something?
No, I think it's just Reuben is probably like, oh, I don't want to give them. They draw.
Damn it! That's the fourth time that my camera's fallen.
I think so. Like this game is definitely still winnable for Reuben. In fact, he's still in the driver's seat pretty much. But like,
yeah,
it's sort of awkward.
Yeah, now it's much more
awkward. Beyond is pretty bad here.
Like I think it's still fine. I think Kevin is still very. It's still pretty hard for Kevin to win. Oh, Kevin's casting What Lurks Beyond, and it's going to get Percy glanced.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Definitely a gamer moment.
So okay, the thing is like they've been playing for so long. Like we should expect some level of this.
Oh,
that's the thing. Like
okay.
Wait. No. You want to hold priority and cast this on, and then If Kevin like knows now that Reuben has Journey's End, is What Lurks Beyond and Scion actually that bad of a play?
Kevin doesn't know Reuben has Journey's End though.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, if your opponent asks you to hold on upkeep, like what else? I guess I don't know.
There's plenty of reasons.
Yeah, Reuben has a lot of flash threats. All right, so yeah, now Kevin has been demolished, and Reuben has a fairly fast clock.
Reuben has a disgusting clock because Monument is not only a clock; it's a clock which.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay,
it's
so
not quite lethal, but it's close.
Yeah, it isn't quite lethal.
Wait, what isn't lethal?
Bounty of the Gardens is coming out on the step. It's gonna be a 7/7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Game's pretty much over, I think.
Yeah. So bounty plus Monument is even if Reuben goes double pump, that would only be 12. So Kevin's not dead, but he's basically dead.
So yeah,
like Kevin doesn't have any outs at that point.
Yeah.
Reuben is 1 damage off lethal right.
Wait, no. Kevin's out. No, Kevin's out is still CS, because then Portal Fracture can counter or whatever CS it tutors up to deal with. No.
Wow, Kevin really drew 9 lands and like 4 non-lands or 5 non-lands.
Yeah, I guess that's a way for Reuben to win. Just Kevin getting flooded and not drawing any value spells whatsoever.
I mean, to be fair, Reuben was also reasonably flooded. It's just that like
having Monument and Angel helps.
Yeah, Monument was.
Monument is just a 1 card win the game.
Yeah.
In any like grindy matchup.
Monument, so good.
Is he shuffling away his Angel?
Whatever. He
doesn't matter that much.
He doesn't need it anymore.
I mean,
did he ever need it? No, I'm just joking. It worked really well with the Monument for what it was worth.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is like exactly the game Reuben wanted. Drew multiple planets. Drew removal. Drew counter spells.
Oh, that's
Kevin's not
already
okay.
dead.
Wow.
He's pretty good.
So,
wow, Kevin.
So you just you pump Monument, swing for 12, keep up Portal Fracture plus Bounty, just yeet them.
Wow, this is like Kevin's really going to go down. This is definitely like the Patriots. in a Super Bowl that I'm talking about. Please tell me that somebody who is watching this gets the sports reference. If you watch NFL, then you would know what I'm talking about.
Okay, Monument getting buffed up.
Reuben tapped the wrong lance for that. He should have left up green for the second bounty.
Yeah.
Probably won't matter. But that was wrong.
That only matters exactly. Wait, what are you doing? Oh,
He's making
oh no, that's
five.
He's
legal.
also
To put Kevin to 1.
he's also double pumping, which is probably wrong.
Oh wait, that's
Probably
not
also
legal.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite wrong.
No, but like no, but what is?
I don't think it
does
matters.
Kevin
Yeah, I don't
doesn't
think
have
it
any
matters.
answers to?
There's nothing
Kevin
Kevin drops here
throws
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. He has
And that
he has no
actually
line.
doesn't even kill the plant, Reuben. Kevin only has 8 lands in play.
Yo, singularities grasp. Just kill the plant.
Kevin has literally
Poggers.
no black mana, guys.
Oh, can't even do that.
How does
Unpoggers.
Kevin have no black
Yeah.
man?
All right. And Kevin kills himself, and that's the match.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's the match there. Oh, and Kevin's just being funny. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, there we go. That is wow, what an upset there with the flash deck defeating
Holy
the
crap.
previously undefeated deck.
I'm not gonna cap at all. Coming in, I was like, any deck that's still playing Shinran Hunter in the year of our Lord 2020 looks sus, but god damn, dude.
Oh
won.
my god, that was. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so mandatory thing before the winner actually reveals it. What card do we think is getting championed here?
I think it's Angel.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
money,
yeah.
my
It could
money
be
is on
McMahon.
Angel.
It could be Bounty. One of those
Yeah,
three.
Angel, Bounty, Bant, Command all work. I
Could
think
be
that
Planet.
Nah, I think Planet is too utilitarian. Bounty could be because I can only see Bounty because like Reuben's known Urshad for longer than Alara and has played with Bounty in different shells. That's the.
Mhm.
But other than that, yeah, Angel and Band Command are the two like defining cards for this shell.
Yeah. And Cane Dancer already got champions at some point, right?
Huh? Yeah, Cane Dancer has like multiple champions, I think.
All right.
Yeah, Cane Dancer has a champ, or I don't know if Cane Dancer was championed. I think it got like an MS3 printing. Let me check again.
Let's see. Cane Dancer.
Cane Dancer.
Yes, it did get a champion.
Oh wait,
uh,
no, yeah, it does.
yeah, GPC.
It has 2 champions, so I was right the first time. Okay,
All right. Cool.
okay, but oh my god! Congratulations to Reuben, and I know that we were dunking on on both these players because of their plays, but once again, I'm very glad that I'm in this seat and not at the table because that was an incredibly tense
I think
game.
overall both players played well.
Yeah, I agree.
I
Yeah.
think that was a match with a lot of decision points. I think that it's hard to get those things right a lot of the time, and I think that Kevin's game 1 in particular was really good.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kevin had a great game 1. I definitely feel that there were a lot of players who would have lost that game 1 if they were in Kevin's seat.
Mm-hmm. The game 2 and 3 though, it really felt like not game 3, but game 2 definitely felt like Kevin's game to lose. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, it was awkward. It kind of was. It definitely felt like a bit of a heartbreaker, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
at least
we didn't get the ultimate heartbreaker of the GRV in game 3 in the
Yeah,
finals.
at least that didn't happen.
Mm. Yeah. So, I guess the last thing we have to do is: do we want to get Reuben in here for a post-set interview? Are y'all feeling that, or it's already been already been 2 hours and 15 minutes? So I'm no shame if y'all want to just tap out and like end the stream here.
Well, if Kevin and Reuben want to, I am definitely up for it. Yeah.
Reuben and Kevin are coming.
Oh, they're arriving.
All right.
I will invite them.
Sweet.
Okay,
Hang on.
cool.
Wait, how do I invite people? XD. Oh, here we go. I have to. Okay. Okay, just like take a little bit to sit here and soak in what just happened.
Yeah.
I'm
Monument of Queens. Is Monument of Queens still too good?
I wouldn't say it's still too good.
I'm not
I
even
would
sure
say
that it's
it's an
too good. It's
appropriate
just a
power
very
roll for the
annoying
format.
card to deal with, and I think that
It is
you
ultimately
you
annoying.
have to just come prepared for it, or you have to come prepared to go over it. And usually Kevin's deck is the one that can go over it, but today it couldn't. Also, like Sign of Torrents getting nerfed really hurts that deck's ability to deal with Monument.
Oh, if Silent Torrents could hit lands in that game would be so over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get Kevin and
Hey
Hello?
Kevin.
how's it going, Kevin?
Hey
We got Kevin
Reuben.
and Reuben here.
Can you hear me?
We can hear
Congratulations.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Man, that was quite the match, huh?
Oh my god, I am mentally exhausted.
Yeah,
I
that
can
was
imagine.
something. So this was 4 rounds and a top 8.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you all
Yeah, I guess
played
that put-
around 7 rounds.
Yep,
Maybe?
I guess that puts Pop at 13-2.
Yeah.
Mhm. In the game.
I
Yeah.
think like overall both of you still played very well. I think obviously there were some points in the match where like things could have been done a little better.
Yeah.
But like overall, you kind of expect a little of those kind of mistakes to show up when you're sitting here playing games for like 2.5 hours, and you know sometimes stuff like that's gonna happen. My first question would be
and both our decks are very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Let's see. My first question would be Reuben. How do you feel like the deck performed overall? And did you expect to go this far in the tournament when you first registered it, or was it more like for just playing for fun, or what?
Yeah, so I mean the deck so the deck I think overperformed specifically because of like the meta that arrived at the tournaments. I think for a lot of it, like my deck is quite good against combo and control, and I played 5 rounds of against combo and control in a row. So I think I was quite lucky in the matchups, because like I had a bunch of sideboard cards for aggro, etc. But I still thought my matchup was like not amazing.
There aren't very many aggro players in this GP.
Yeah, I just never sided those things in, and it was interesting.
Yeah. So, Kevin, why did you register Pod Light? How do you feel? Like, obviously, the big run overall.
Because I trust Pip's judgment over mine, and the list looked good.
Yeah, it seemed like it
Also,
definitely did well for you. Obviously, you were
Diameter cards.
responsible for my removal from the tournament.
Oh yeah, some of the Lazer lines are just disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God,
I gotta tell you, Kevin, we
proud of
pogged
that.
hard when you did the Cecil line in game 1 and got the Angel plus land.
Yeah,
That was a big pog. I
Yeah.
did not think.
Yeah, like there was just a moment where it's like, okay, how do I not die? Oh,
Yeah, that was seriously impressive. Okay. My next question is Reuben. What card are you going to champion?
Oh, So I mean, like, I think Angel Sucker is like the show,
Yeah.
the front runner of the deck. Like that card is, it's what allows you to essentially double your mana if you, as well as provide an evasive threat, like while you're playing a all flash deck. It's
Right.
what makes the deck work, and it's also just a really neat design. So, yeah, I'll probably have that as my promo.
Sweet. Mako will be happy.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Did you guys have any more questions?
I have one question. Do either of you watch? Do either of you watch American football?
No, I'm Australian, so I watch Australian football.
Kevin.
Do either of you watch rugby? Just
Uh,
changing the
All right.
Have you ever
cool.
watched
So
a sport?
So my references would not have reached either of you either. Cool.
Basically, El Makino was referencing a run by the Patriots where they were like undefeated until they lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Just going into this, I tried to be confident, but I knew this isn't happening because I had the same feeling I felt last year on my run with Adir and Survivor before that got taken out back. Here for that beautiful mess of a deck.
Yeah, I do want to say, Kevin, I think overall you should be your run with the deck went. It's not an easy deck to play, and I think that you did a really good job showing me like some really crazy lines that I hadn't thought about.
Yeah, I will say the one thing I'm disappointed about is I had this whole plan for the champion card.
Uh-oh.
You see, it was going to be Sang, but no
just gonna be his abs.
It's Sang good emote.
Oh my god.
No.
I think that would have been the last straw. We would just, it wouldn't be Adir Survivors this time. It would be you. We'd just be taking you out back.
Yeah, but like completely seriously, I definitely think that Sang good. He was the best card in every single matchup I was in. Like against Reuben, I was constantly hoping, okay, I need Dork into Sangjin on 2 if I want to be able to get out ahead of Portal Fractures or Disseminates.
Yeah, and because it's instant speed and like normally I have so much control of the game because of my instant everything being flash, but that just breaks that paradigm, which is really rough. Yeah, and I mean, then the card's just like value town. So
yeah, I had a particular play against Kevin where I played a turn 2 stack bull with a mana up, and then attempted to eat Kevin's fetch land at end of turn, and Kevin just cast Sangjin in response and made me hate my life. So that was the moment where I was like, I just got straight up Sang-gooded.
Sang
played into that.
I will say, of all the decks in this GP to have lost to, I am glad it was this one because Flash was my first introduction to the format. It was Sultai Flash, but since then, seeing kind of how the archetype's grown, and especially with all the additions making up Bant Flash, it's
yeah. We were talking about that before the stream.
I'm really happy that
like it was Sultai up until right this point because like you needed black for that removal, but then Journey's End getting buffed, and then the addition of like the fantastic top end cards from Alara, just kind of like, oh, okay, Bant time.
Yeah, Bant command good.
Yeah. I mean, like I was constantly thinking, oh man, if I top deck Bant command, I just like smash here. But also just this is another deck where I think I've built it up. Mostly from new stuff. Like I didn't look at many of the old flash lists because they weren't the right colors. So yeah, this is just the one deck I've been tuning for basically the whole season. And
speaking of tuning, the question that I have is, after having played through an entire tournament with these decks, what would each of you change about them going into next month or beyond?
Yeah, so I think I've talked about this a little bit, but I would take out my Sheeran Spell Hunters because I was citing them out every single game. They were just not good enough, and they're only really they overlap too much with my bounties of the harvest against like things like aggro and stuff. But then they're not impactful enough against control for like the card draw. So that's the like free that EDB draws you a card if they played a non-creature spell. I would take out one Vengeful Messenger, the 3/1 flyer, and I would take out a green source, and then I'd add 3 Nocturnal Informants main deck, because those overperformed every single time I played them.
Interesting.
And then I would add one of the is it Nibinen or whatever the draw 2 land is.
Oh, Nareba.
Nareba.
Yeah, Narita.
I think Nibinem is
Yeah.
the
Yeah, Nareba
planeswalker from
seems like a
Johara.
reasonable
I'd add one. Oh yeah. So one plus one Nareba, and then I would rework the mana base to be slightly less green sources, slightly more blue sources. Yeah, because sometimes I struggle for like double blue on turn 3, and also etc. Yeah, I think that's the like main changes I have my eyes on at the moment. And then like also looking at the removal suite where I want like more Journey's Ends, some less Disseminates, that type of thing. I'm a little bit down on Veilborn Meddler. It's really, really good in some matchups, and it's really just medium in others. I sided them out. I sided out 2 Shooting Spell Hunters and 4 Veilborn Meddlers.
Yeah,
I
like
wonder if
she's
Veilborn
good.
Meddler might be better served as a sideboard card.
Yeah. Would you put in more Portal Fractures instead, maybe?
Fracture, yeah.
I might put in more. I might swap out some of the glances for Portal Fractures, but like, it's interesting because I want to make sure I'm still proactive, right? Like my deck is essentially a lot of the time swapping between tempo and control, and I think I just lose if I go too much in the control.
I mean, you know what's a really good proactive card for this deck? Sang-Jin, Master of the Jade Sea.
Actually, Sang-Jin probably
I
could miss
used to
there.
play him, and like I kind of ran into the same issue where like he would be like a Bounty of the Garden, but more expensive. But sure, it gets me lands, but I often don't have a ton of. Oh no, I didn't in previous versions of the deck have a lot to do past 4 mana. Like, as in, I wanted to have 4 mana twice per turn or whatever, but not with Angel of Saka, but I didn't want like 10 mana. But that's changed a little bit because I've got like Monument of Queens, and I've got stuff in the sideboard such as Spore Flow Protectors and Stand Unassailables. So yeah, like maybe Sang-Jin comes back in, but like having the evasion from like Vengeful Messengers or the removal dodging from Nocturnal Informants has been so good. So I know it's a tricky one to decide. There's not a lot of space in the deck. Like it's pretty jam packed.
All right. Any more questions?
Wait, Kevin still has to talk about their
Kevin
deck.
can make any changes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, it's tough to say. Like, I think the current iteration is almost as fine-tuned as you can get. In terms of things that, at least throughout the tournament, I felt I never was really feeling Sun Yun. Just the card, it's good, but it's a bit too do-nothing-y for this list. Like, if you can get it out, sure, but I was never in a situation where I was looking at that and like, yeah, now's the right time to play this.
Yeah. How many do you run?
Oh, it's just a one of.
Yeah, because I was nearly wondering, looking over your list before the tournament, before this match, like, do you want to play a second Lazer's Conjuring? So sometimes you just top deck it and like go off.
Nah, I think like Lazer's Conjuring, you already have so many ways to tutor it. You
And like
just
it's
really
actively bad when you're looking to like top deck for a threat. It's mostly win more.
The other big thing I felt was like Pithwilt is great removal, very versatile, but the inability of this list to answer any bigger threats or like a Animus, like a Monument of Queens, really kind of showed through here. Like the only thing you have to really interact with larger threats is Scion of Torrents and Siesta Tremunding their stuff.
Torrents can't even hit lands. So.
Yeah, I was talking more about like large planeswalkers.
Yeah.
I think if I were to retool this a bit, I might go down like a little bit on the Pithwilt and maybe the Croak Folk and a bit more on some bit more versatile removal, even if it is 1 or 2 mana more. Tough to say though.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the sideboard, it's a good one, but I think it probably needs a bit retooling for the meta, especially after the bonus sheet and Mon comes in. Tune in for that set review, by the way.
Woo.
Mm-hmm. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait to see the VOD for this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's just
we,
it's just 2
we
hours and
had
30 minutes, just casual VOD, you know.
we definitely had no opinions whatsoever on any of the games.
No, yeah, don't worry. Actually, you know what? Daughter's joking, but we did spend a lot of time talking about non-game stuff, like to the point where Pip
Yeah,
and
I
Chad
mean,
was
it
like, "Y'all
wasn't
want to go
that
back to talking about the game?"
I mean, it wasn't a quick match.
Oh, no, yeah, this was I mean, not to be cliche, but I don't know, like chess match. It was a game of chicken. It was just
It was
because like
classic
I
grindy
donated
magic where
for Reuben
resources mattered.
for an opening for the what lurks beyond because getting a lurk countered hurts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and you managed to dodge all my counters on lurk apart from once, right, and that was right at the end and not really relevant.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, well done. Yeah. Anyway, no, this was sweet, and yeah, it'd be good to see if anyone else takes up either of these decks in future tournaments.
Yeah, I think Podlight will definitely be seeing a lot more play as well. Both of them are like fairly easy to pick up, I think.
Yeah.
And both are like pretty deep decks with a lot of play patterns. So
Yeah, I tried like making a drawing and writing out like here are like my main lines, and the deck can be absolutely nuts if you're actually trying to okay, what's this exact best line, or hey, if I don't fetch for this land here, I lose.
yeah, I think there was like a little awkwardness where we realized that when you played out the Wayfarer Shrine, it actually couldn't fetch for an island because you already had your one base island in play.
Yeah.
I wonder if that might be something that could be tweaked with the mana base. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because like if I had known that, I could have played out quite differently. Because he.
Oh, so you didn't know?
I didn't know until he did it, and
okay, because I
fine.
was assuming that you knew because when you made the play of tapping out for Monument, you get so punished there if Kevin just fetches for an island because then it bounces the Angel Seeker. You don't get to untap.
No, because the Angel had fetches on my turn.
Oh right,
Oh yeah. We forgot about
Okay,
that.
yeah.
So there was this whole thing of like he couldn't crack them on my turn without having to bounce his own thing.
Right, that's true. Okay, I didn't consider that. That's my.
Yeah, we should have thought about that.
Yeah, that was a little embarrassing when I realized Cyan hadn't been changed. I thought I thought it had been realized like 2 months ago or something. It was like, okay, so they got that.
They posted that it was being changed in January too, so like I could understand like being confused by that. And it's also like a perfectly reasonable mistake to make. I was just really worried that it was going to third GRV and like the most unsatisfying ending ever.
Yes. Oh yeah, that.
But gladly, thankfully, we got to finish the
game.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna go get some dinner, but hope you guys enjoyed the game, and congrats to Reuben.
Thank you both for a great match.
Thank you for the amazing match. That was a lot of fun.
So yeah, before I wrap up the stream, once again, thanks to my co-commentators Dodger and El Makino. If I had to talk on my own for 2 hours and 2.5 hours, I would have gone crazy, or I guess crazier than I already did during the course of this match. So big shout outs to them. Thanks once again to Time Spiraled and Cajun and all of the other members of the MSEM Council for organizing these events, giving us these resources like the website, like the Discord, all these things that make MSEM able to function as well as it does. So once again, thank you all. And I guess one last thing to plug: if you're if you're in the chat and you somehow stumbled upon this and you don't play MSEM yet, or you found this through the Reddit advertising post, I'm going to be dropping an invite to the MSEM server in the chat. Come by and join. Also, whether or not you're an MSEM person, if you aren't following my Twitch, follow my Twitch. It's a great time. It helps me out. I'm close to getting affiliate, so I would appreciate that so I can make money off my stupid hobby. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, and see you next month.
Unban angel touched.
Hey Kai, you want my prime?
Keep what?
You want my prime?
What did you say?
Do you want my prime?
Yeah,
Prime game?
I would love your prime sub if I was an affiliate, which I'm not, so I can't get subscribed to. Say, get your
Okay.
friends to follow me so I can get affiliate. Yee. Okay, actually, bye now for real.
Okay.
Ending the stream.